KSAM Huntsville, 101.7 KSAM. Welcome to the Huntsville Hornets High School Football Pregame Show, sponsored by Charlie's Used Cars. We're just moments away from kickoff. But first, here's Carlos Zimmermann, Brian Adams, and Houston Hardcastle.
And welcome into Waco ISD Stadium for a beautiful Saturday of high school football. We got the Huntsville Hornets taking on the #1 team in 5A Division II, the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, in an area round matchup with a chance at the regional semis on the line. Welcome in, everyone, to the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. Nick Savage filling in once again for Carlos Zimmermann. He's on the road in Jacksonville, Alabama, hanging out with the Sam Houston Bearcats. Houston Hardcastle is with me, as well as Justin Hardcastle, our executive producer today. Houston, what an awesome day for some high school football, some Hornet football, and we get to see a heck of a ball game here later on in about 45 minutes or so.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is going to be a good one. This is easily the most, every playoff game is important, but this is probably the biggest one, biggest challenge that the Huntsville Hornets have faced in the past few years. Minus their matchup with P&G last year, this is one of the biggest games. You talked about this is the #1 ranked team in 5A Division II, according to Dave Campbell's. And no matter where you look, this has been one of the most dominant teams all year. They've won their games by an average of 38 points. So Huntsville's going to need to come out today. Don't let the pressure get to you, and you should come out of here with a close game, come out with a win.
Yeah, that's something to watch too. South Oak Cliff used to that spotlight being on them. How will the Hornets handle it here today? They've played in some big ball games already this season. More importantly, how will Zay Adolph, the freshman quarterback, handle it? We'll talk about that a little bit later on in the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. We're hanging out with you in the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. Let's recap last week's win just a little bit. It was a 45-0 shutout victory over White House, the Hornets' second consecutive bi-district championship. Zay Adolph met the moment. We were questioning, could he rise to the occasion last week? The freshman did just that. He had 162 passing yards, 45 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns through the air, and 1 rushing touchdown. Trayshawn Brown, the running back, 19 carries, 158 yards, averaged 8.3 yards per carry and 2 touchdowns on the ground. And Savion Conte, the senior wide receiver, 3 catches on 3 targets, 87 yards, and 2 touchdowns. McCork Norman, defensively for the Hornets, had an interception. Houston, just what are your thoughts on that win last week over White House?
Yeah, and something we got to talk about, we got to give a huge shout-out to the Hornet defense. Pitching a shutout is never easy, especially in the playoffs. Like you talk about, those interceptions by McCork Norman and Trey Scott, D-line putting consistent pressure on JoJo Adams, the White House quarterback, all night, held him to 9 of 25 passing, a 36% completion percentage. And look, the Huntsville Hornet D-line is just going to have to continue that today, get consistent pressure on the quarterback of the South Oak Cliff Gold Bears, if they want to come out of here with a win. That consistent pressure on the D-line needs to continue from last week, because anytime you can put pressure on the quarterback, it's going to get you good things. And the Huntsville defense really needs to step up to the moment here, like we talked about. This is an explosive offense that is averaging a lot of points per game. They're blowing opponents out, so they need to come out here with the mentality of wrapping up, getting running backs down on first contact, because this is a team that likes to run the ball, and if you do that, you come out of here with a win.
Yeah, to put it that way, they've run it 241 times this year, have thrown it 156 times. Got that massive offensive line, a lot of college interest around a lot of those players. We'll touch on them throughout the broadcast. But yeah, this is a star-studded team, no doubt, but we've seen, again, Huntsville rise to the occasion against P&G, hold their own against the Indians earlier on this year, so we'll see if they can do that. Huntsville, 8-3 coming into this one, 5-2 in district play this year. South Oak Cliff, 9-2 coming into this one, 7-0 in 5A Division II, Region 2, District 5 play. Their 2 losses to Duncanville and the other North Shore, yes, pardon me. So 2 massive 6A programs are their only 2 losses this year. So something to watch out for sure. We're going to hit a break here inside our Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. On the other side, You'll hear Southern talk. Again, I said it last week. Those of the people coming here to hear Carlos, you'll get them a little bit here. About 10 minutes of Carlos Zimmermann and Coach Rodney Southern. Southern talk coming your way next on the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Tim Rushing here with Charlie's Used Cars. If you have not been by to see the great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles we have in stock, do yourself a favor and come see us at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars is a family-owned and operated business serving the auto needs for 50 years with superior customer service. Besides quality vehicles, Charlie's also has a service center where we can help with your auto repair needs and routine service and state inspections. Come by and see us or visit us online at charliesusedcars.com. Charlie's Used Cars, 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Come see us.
This is Southern Talk with Huntsville head coach Rodney Southern, sponsored by Charlie's Used Cars.
All right, Coach. You draw South Oak Cliff round 2, just another big matchup for this team. What do you kind of want to see against the number 1 team in the state?
Well, biggest thing is they're extremely athletic, and it jumps out on film. And obviously, we talked to our kids early in the week about that. And we've got to have a couple things. We got to keep our offense on the field because that keeps their offense on the sideline. We got to get first downs. Don't necessarily try to, if the big play's there, yeah, you hope you hit it, but you're not trying to kill them with big plays. You're trying to get first downs and keep drives alive. And defensively, the thing I told them Monday is make sure you do a good job in open space tackling, and it's not a crushing blow. It's hit him, wrap up, and let your buddies come help you get him on the ground because they're, I think we collectively, they want to run the football, and they'll do it because they've got a really big offensive line. They'll play with an H-back and a fullback, so that package obviously says they're going to try to run the ball, but they're athletic on the perimeter, so you got to be good in space because if you don't, you're going to give up a big play, and I think our kids understand that.
Your offense has been electric over the last 3 games, the last 2 in district, and then the matchup last week against White House. And Zay has just looked like he's just settled in and he's comfortable in the offense. Just what have you seen over this 3-game stretch to have him continue that success going into this matchup?
Well, we've tried to slowly do a little more each week with him, obviously being a young kid, and he's played a lot of quarterback before, but it's kind of hard to say, well, he played quarterback his 7th and 8th grade years, but I think he's kind of grasped a little bit more of our passing concepts, and obviously run game and play action helps with that. But I think he's gotten more comfortable. The moment's not too big for him, which is surprising for a kid as young as he is. But he's played a lot of sports and done a lot of stuff athletically and has a lot expected of him. So I think he's actually handled it pretty well. And, of course, Trayshawn's been probably his best ally in terms of what we do offensively. When your running back's averaging 140 yards a night, that makes everybody a little bit better.
And I was going to ask on Trayshawn, you mentioned 140 a night. I think he's had 4 straight games over 100 and probably 30 yards. Just, what is it going to mean to get a ground game going against the South Oak Cliff team?
Well, I think and everybody's a little different probably. I think their 2 inside linebackers are probably 2 of the best players we've seen on film. They run to the ball extremely well. They do a really good job in underneath coverage. So, and they're athletic D-line wise, and that's kind of the thing with them. They're athletic everywhere. But, I think Trayshawn's got to pick his spots, and we've got to, number one, at the point of attack, we've got to block the guys at the point of attack. I think Jarius Singletary is going to be huge in this game in terms of getting the edge set for us or getting the inside-out blocks on our power and counter. But, we've got to establish something with Trayshawn, and I thought our other backs did a good job the other night too, and then running the quarterback enough just to keep them honest. And then when you do have an opportunity to hit a big play, we've got to hit them.
You know, in recent games, it's been a full team effort in blocking, whether it's receivers or running back blocking for a quarterback. Just what do you kind of want to see from that game, you know, including Jarius?
Well, I think our receivers have understood now, and their experience now together, all 6 of them have played enough together, and they know the importance of blocking on the perimeter, but they also know the importance, you know, I always go back to the other night to the 4th down play that Zay threw the ball. It was a little high and a little inside to Savion, but he made a great catch and obviously ended up scoring a touchdown. So I think they get their opportunities, but I think their opportunities come off of play action and off of stuff that you get their eyes in the wrong spot, hopefully, and they get an opportunity to make a big play. But I think all of them have blocked really well, especially on the perimeter.
Defensively, you've played. I mean, you locked down Whitehouse, who's got a lot of athleticism on offense, and now you're facing a more highly athletic offense. So, what's going to be some keys defensively for you guys to be successful?
Well, you got to be gap sound up front, and obviously don't get knocked off the ball. You know, their right tackle is. They're all good, but their right tackle is just so big and massive, and you can't get in the middle of a guy like that because now it gives their back a lot of times a two-way go. So we've got to have a bunch of hats at the point of attack. We've got to tackle well in space. And when we get the first guy there, you got to hang on, and everybody else has got to rally around it. And then don't get beat on something where your eyes are in the wrong spot, because they obviously, as much as they want to run it, they do throw it well enough to scare you to death because they're athletes that are out there at receiver are guys that'll go get the ball. But I think the consistency and make them drive the field. You know, a lot of their games, they have made, 8, 10, 12 big, quote, explosive plays. If we can limit that and make them drive the field, and then obviously our offense stay on the field as much as we can.
Defensive line-wise, all year you have been able to rotate 8, 9 guys in. Just how important is it going to be to keep those fresh legs against, this caliber of a team?
Well, I think different this week compared to last week. We knew they were going to try to hurry us up at times to limit some of those substitutions, but just the number of plays that potentially some of these guys could play. And I think Jarius came in and played some key snaps the other day defensively. So, we'll continue to rotate as many of those guys as we can. But the tempo is obviously sometimes keeps you from being able to do that. But I thought our first 7 or 8 guys, I thought they played really well the other night.
And sure, this is a neutral site game, but it's a place you're familiar with. It's close enough to where really both teams can bring really good delegations from Huntsville and from South Dallas. Just how big is it going to be playing off that atmosphere that you're expecting to see Saturday afternoon?
Well, I think it's great for our kids. A lot of these guys played there last year in the second round. We're the home team, so we're on the home side. We're in the same dressing room, and sometimes those things probably don't matter as much as we as coaches think they do, but just from a routine standpoint, knowing, how to handle where you are and what you're doing there is always important. And it's on a Saturday. It's the weekend of Thanksgiving break for our kids and teachers and people. So hopefully the crowds are really good, and hopefully this is a really good high school football game.
This has been Southern Talk with head coach Rodney Southern. Brought to you by Charlie's Used Cars. This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Tim Rushing here with Charlie's Used Cars. If you have not been by to see the great selection of quality pre-owned vehicles we have in stock, do yourself a favor and come see us at 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Charlie's Used Cars is a family-owned and operated business serving the auto needs for 50 years with superior customer service. Besides quality vehicles, Charlie's also has a service center where we can help with your auto repair needs and routine service and state inspections. Come by and see us or visit us online at charliesusedcars.com. Charlie's Used Cars, 230 I-45 South in Huntsville. Come see us.
back out at Waco ISD Stadium. Nick Savage and Houston Hardcastle coming to you from the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. This is the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. Thanks for Carlos knocking out that Southern talk for you, getting coach's thoughts before a big one here as the Huntsville Hornets are getting set to take on the #1 team in 5A Division II, South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, state champs in 22 and 23, lost to P&G last time out, and they're looking to get back to Jerry World for the 4th consecutive season. And typically, Houston, you're down on the sideline when the A team is in here, but you're up in the booth with me today. But let's kind of go over some storylines we're both watching today. I'll let you start things off.
Yeah, I mean, South Oak's win last week against Terrell, there was a bunch of several impressive offensive performances, most notably coming from running back Damon Williams, who rushed for 50 yards and 4 touchdowns. He's actually scored 2 or more rushing touchdowns the last 3 games he's played. They also got a big boost from Le'Veon Morton, who ran away from the competition to 115 yards. They finished that game with 325 rushing yards. That's the most rushing yards they've had in a game since September. So obviously, like Southern Talk talked about in Southern Talk, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame show, Huntsville's going to have to stop the run today. That is the biggest storyline of this game. What are they going to be able to do against the run? You look at games that Huntsville's played this year against Brenham. They've played against Port Neches. They really have struggled to stop the run. So if they want to come out of here with a win today, stopping the run is the biggest, most paramount issue that they are going to have to overcome today.
Absolutely, and talking about that offensive line for South Oak Cliff. We'll watch it all day long because, again, you heard Coach Southern say it. They're big. It's anytime you tune into a South Oak Cliff game, that's what you're going to hear. They're big offensive line. And if you just look at the guys who are going to get a lot of reps, Amika Ugori, 6'5", 290-pound senior. He plays a lot of right tackle. Brian Swanson, another 6'5" sophomore at 290. He's going to play left tackle a lot. Zion Ragster, 6'2", 280. The center, 5'10", 220. He's the shortest one, but he's a senior, so plenty of experience there. But, I mean, you got guys like Bryson Ramsey Brooks, 6'4", 330. He's a junior on that offensive line. So he's one to watch. And, again, it's going to be a big matchup for this defensive line, but they can rise to the challenge, and I'm sure they're looking forward to the moment. Something I'm watching is you got to get Zay Adolph feeling confident early, whether it be some quick screens, some quick completions, get him going, maybe 2 easy completions to start the game, get him in a little bit of a rhythm. We know something that's impressed me so much about him, and obviously y'all have seen it all 4 times all 4 times he's played so far, is his presence in the pocket to say, hey, there's nothing there. I'm just going to tuck it and run. And that's the best part of his game right now because he's still pretty young, has a lot, will develop more as a passer, but his legs or the raw talent is there. And I like that he uses that. So, if he can find the balance of, quick passes, quick completions, find the confidence, and then using his legs when he needs to pick up a first down on a 3rd and 5 or something like that, that would be big for the Hornets. Anything else you're watching for today?
Yeah, no doubt about it. You talk about a quarterback that has intelligence like that at that young of an age, you have to think about what a monster he's going to develop into over the next few years. Coach Rodney Southern really has been impressed with his play all season, and just having that ability to say nothing's open and taking off with your legs. And, for a young guy, he really doesn't make a lot of wild throws. When he does throw the ball, he's really looking to make either a touchdown or an incompletion. He's putting the ball in spots where only his receivers can get it. We saw it in the Niederland game. He made a couple of beautiful throws to Conte. He did it last week. Every time he threw the ball, it was on the money. So, like you said, getting him going early is going to be paramount, and also not letting the South Oak Cliff defense get into your head. This is a very good defense that has been talked about all year. Obviously, there's no defensive rankings in high school football, but you got to imagine South Oak Cliff being near the top. They have a very stout defensive line that could give the Hornet offensive line any trouble. So as long as Huntsville Hornets can keep their hands to themselves, not get those holding penalties that push drives back, they need to take care of that defensive line. If not, Zay Adolph's going to have a really rough time in the pocket. But we've seen his pocket presence, being able to step up and scramble. So if he's able to, kind of get out of those ugly situations and make something out of nothing, I think that the Huntsville Hornets can have a really good offensive day here.
Speaking of that defensive line, a few standout players on this South Oak Cliff team with college interest. Kamarian Morgan, the senior, 6'3", 230 pounds. He's a 4-star recruit. He's committed to Baylor, as well as J.J. Shelton, senior linebacker. Well, he's in the front seven, I should say here, but senior linebacker, 3-star Arkansas commit. So a couple guys to watch for there, as well as Jamarian Phillips. He's a 2026, so junior, but again, a lot of star power. One thing I want to touch on before we hit another break here inside the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show is special teams, right? You gotta play quality special teams. Caleb Kulak, got to make your extra points, got to make your field goals when you get them, and got to, make some good punts. You don't want any off the right side of your foot. And for the punt returners, we'll see Trayshawn Brown and Braylon Phelps. Got to have, make smart decisions, don't want to muff any punts and stuff like that. Maybe create a turnover or two on special teams. So we'll see if the Hornets can get that done. We're going to move on here in the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. On the other side, we'll get the keys to victory with Houston Hardcastle and all that fun stuff. Keep it right here. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
I'm Jerry Larson at Reliable Auto Parts, your auto parts plus store in Huntsville, Texas. Having great products, excellent quality, and outstanding prices. This is what you can expect from Reliable Parts, where you can purchase all your car care products, maintenance supplies, and auto parts. Our services and in-house store offerings are designed to keep your vehicle and motorized machine in proper working condition. Reliable Parts, your auto parts store, 1011 11th Street, Huntsville, 295-5747.
This is BJ McMichael, and I am a proud 1993 Hornet graduate and 1998 Bearcat graduate. I am also the Minister of Students and Outreach at University Heights Baptist Church. Here at University Heights, we are connected to Christ and the community. We also offer small groups and activities for every age and stage. Be sure to check us out online at uhbc.net or download our UHBC app in the Apple or Android store today. Sting 'em, Hornets!
Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville has immediate openings for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants. Service technicians that are ASE certified are preferred but not required. Looking for a great career? Wiesner Huntsville is looking for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants, and complete benefits are included. So go by today and apply. Take exit 116 on I-45 North and go past 11th Street in Huntsville. Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville is hiring.
Hey Huntsville, it's Cicely with Hartfields. Can you believe it's already time to start planning for the holidays? We are getting fresh shipments of beautiful fall flowers daily and have started planning on holiday parties and events. If you have an upcoming holiday occasion that needs flowers or just a simple just because arrangement, give us a call today. Don't wait. You can always reach us at 295-5448. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram or our website at HuntsvilleHartfieldFlorist.com. If you're in the neighborhood, we'd love for you to stop by the shop at 1525 Sam Houston Avenue. This fall and always, remember Hartfield's, personalizing your events since 1957.
Hi folks, Clint back here with Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville, and I've got some great news. From now till the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $9,000 off the factory MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac Escalade in stock, or take $6,500 off the MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac XT6. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry to Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerCadillac.com.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Hornet pride lives on KSAM. Sting 'em, Hornets.
Back inside the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth at Waco ISD Stadium. Nick Savage and Houston Hardcastle with you inside the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. We're rolling right along here, just about 20 minutes until kickoff between your Huntsville Hornets and the #1 team in 5A Division II, the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. It's going to be a good one, and we hope you keep it right here all Saturday afternoon long. Maybe got some college football on the TV while you're listening to us on YouTube or KSAM, wherever you may be joining us. We appreciate it. Let's get into our keys to victory with Houston, and I got some as well. So Houston, take it away.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it a little bit before. My first key to the game, you got to limit those big gash plays in the running game. Last week, every eligible rusher for South Oak averaged over 5 yards a carry. Those big burst running plays, those are the ones that really just bleed the clock and really, you know, as a defense, you hate making those kinds of tackles because they really wear a defense down. So they also have the three-headed monster in the backfield like Coach Rodney Southern talked about. They're going to run the ball with an H-back and a fullback. So they've got Le'Veon Morton, the junior, Macaulay Trotter, the junior, and Damon Williams, senior. All had good games last week. If you can limit those burst plays against them, then you are going to be very successful on defense. Second key to the game, don't let the lights get too bright. You know, the Bears, they're ranked #1 in the state of Texas. The Hornets just need to step up to the moment and deliver. Treat this like any other game. Just go right back to business. Play your brand of football. Don't let those lights get too bright, and because that's when you start making mistakes. You start doing those pre-snap penalties. You start holding. You start doing all those things. And so if Huntsville can get out of their own way and not let the lights get too bright, they should have a very good day, both offensively and defensively. You got to stay disciplined. A couple times last week, the Hornets' old habit of those pre-snap penalties in the red zone reared its ugly head back into the fold. You can't do those. It's almost impossible to sustain a drive on a football field when you have penalties that push you back 10, 15, even 5 yards. They just completely kill momentum. Football is absolutely a game of momentum, and when you give your opponent free yardage off of penalties like that, it is very hard to sustain a drive. And finally, my last key to the game here, trust Adolph. You know, the freshman quarterback, he kind of had some question marks heading into this game. You know, he's only a freshman, only 14 years old, but he has really stepped up into the shoes that Austin Taylor left, and he has played really well his past few games. He's really proved that he can play the position well. Let's get him comfortable and confident early. Let's get him some easy runs. Let's get him some easy throws. Get him in stride, and you can come out of here with a big win.
I want to mention, too, Carter Kopecky in that running game. Three-headed monster might as well be a four-headed monster.
No doubt.
Because he can run the ball as well. He's got 27 carries on the year, 211 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Had a long touchdown run last week against Terrell in the Golden Bears by-district victory. So my keys to the game, you want a fast start, right? If you get the ball first, you want to take it and score. If you start defensively, try to force a 3-and-out or force an early punt, maybe create an early turnover, just something to get the team going and believing really quick. Or more importantly, I guess, put some doubt in South Oak Cliff's mind, right? They're used to being we're the #1 team, right? They're coming into every game. They play with a lot of confidence, rightfully so. But, you know, put a little bit of doubt in their head early on in this one, and you know, maybe get them on their heels, and you never know what swings this ball game will take. Kind of mentioned it as well. Get Adolph feeling confident early, quick throws, maybe some big runs early, some easy, 5-6 yard runs for him in a read option game or something like that. Just something to get him feeling confident early on in this one against a talented South Oak Cliff defense. Defensively for Huntsville, you want to limit those explosive plays. They can break a 75-yard run off like nobody's business, like you blink and they're gone. They can hit long throws over the top. Got a lot of athletes on the perimeter, so you want to limit those explosive plays. And we kind of heard what Coach Southern said in Southern Talk. It's more about, tackling out in space, fundamentals, wrap up, get them down, and allow your teammates to rally to the ball and help you out with some of those tackles. And if you can, I know it's a big if, but no turnovers in the ball game. Play a clean game and win the turnover battle. Again, tough against a really talented defense that the Golden Bears have, but if you can do that and limit those turnovers, you're in a really, really good spot. We'll hit another break here inside the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. On the other side, we'll look around the out-of-town scoreboard. A lot of scores already in the books because obviously we're playing on a Saturday. A lot of teams playing on Thursday and Friday, so we can pretty much update the entire bracket on the Class 5A Division II side of things. So we'll do that on the other side. This is the Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Nelson Amaya's Collision has been proudly serving Walker County since 1999. Within walking distance from Sam Houston State University, they pride themselves in offering their services to you for your students to get their vehicle back to pre-loss condition and back on the road. Come see Nelson Amaya's Collision off Sycamore Avenue for all your automotive paint and body needs. That's Nelson Amaya's Collision, a proud supporter of Hornet football. Call them at 936-439-4545.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
When a family has an immediate need for final arrangements, they're not sure what to do. And quite frankly, they're not expected to. I'm Andy Graves with Heritage Oak Funeral Home in Huntsville. Situations like this are common, and we're here to help. Heritage Oak Funeral Home guides families through the difficult processes, making certain that everything is handled, and it's our honor to assist those in need. Heritage Oak Funeral Home, where heritage meets home, your hometown funeral home.
Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Chevy in Huntsville, and I've got some great news. From now until the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $10,500 off the factory MSRP, or take advantage of the 0% financing, and still take $7,250 off the MSRP of the 2024 Chevrolet 1500 Crew Cab trucks in stock. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Exceeding all expectations for 3 generations, you can call us day or night.
As we sail into colder weather, get your HVAC system tune up from McWilliams Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week with no overtime fees to help with heating, cooling, plumbing, and now generators. Visit callmcwilliams.com to schedule online. 936-209-1844.
We're not comfortable. Hell, you are.
Hi, I'm Michael Murray with Murray Insurance and Financial Services. Our family agency has been representing the Huntsville and Walker County area since the 1930s. We can help you prepare for your future with your financial planning needs, along with the unexpected with life, health, long-term care, and disability insurance needs. Please give us a call at 1-800-695-LIFE. Our email is mike@murrayservices.net. Eat 'em up, cat.
Hey y'all, I'm Chase Scott, junior cornerback, and you're listening to Hornet Football on KSAM. Sting 'em Hornets.
Back out at Waco ISD Stadium inside the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. This is the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. Nick Savage filling in for Carlos Zimmermann, Houston Hardcastle with me as we count down to kickoff, about 10 minutes away out here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. A quick update or just look around the out-of-town scoreboard. P&G defeated Kaufman last night 42-21 to advance into the regional semis. They were matched up with the Texas High and Crandall ball game. Texas High defeated Crandall in that one 58-28. So that's the regional semifinal matchup. On this side of the bracket, Heritage and Marshall played as well last night. It was Marshall who won 21-12. So that is who awaits the winner of this ball game here this afternoon. Houston, are there any games you're keeping an eye on around the bracket, or I guess maybe have already been completed?
Yeah, no doubt about it. How about the Texas Tigers defeating Crandall 58-28? That game is going to put them in the Port Neches Groves matchup. Is going to be a 11-29 is when that game is going to start off. A 7 p.m. kickoff for this one, like you talked about. The winner of this game awaiting Marshall. And then a couple of ones over in the other regions. We had Walnut Grove defeating Lubbock Cooper 34-28. Argyle taking down Memorial in a close contest 28-21. Anna taking down Wiley 56-21. And Lovejoy beating Del Val 45-21, those are the scores for Region 1s. Just got to keep an eye on those as the Huntsville Hornets inch a little bit closer to their penultimate goal of Jerry World.
And some just quick updates in a few other divisions. 6A Division 1, Conroe fell to Bridgeland last night, 38-22. The Woodlands defeated Cypress Ranch, 38-21. Willis defeated Tomball, 28-24. 4A Division 2, Madisonville season came to an end last week with a 45-28 loss to Gatesville, and Belleville fell to Silsbee, 41-17. In 3A, Anderson Shiro fell to Troop, 35-6 last week. Cold Spring Hearst fell to Trig, and New Waverly lost to New Diana, 43-21. And some 5A action. Division 1, College Station beat Lufkin 49-35, while A&M Consolidated defeated Galveston Ball 10-3. So again, those two teams are on a fast track to meet up in the regional finals. That would be fun to see. On the other side, you'll hear the Walker County Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff, but you've been listening to the Charlie's Used Cars pregame show. Just under 10 minutes until kickoff between the Huntsville Hornets and the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. Keep it right here. This is the Huntsville Hornet Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
This year, when you're doing your seasonal cleaning, take a minute to straighten up your finances too. Hi, this is Krista Bryce with CSCU. First, check your statements for any subscription services, like Netflix, Audible, or Amazon Prime. If you're not using the service, cancel and save yourself that cash each month. Next, if you're getting statements in the mail, take time to enroll in electronic statements. They're more secure, easier to access, and they won't stack up on your counter. CSCU, bank happy, spend smart, live well. Member NCUA.
Want to learn martial arts? Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is for kids, teens, and adults. Walk-ins are welcome and are there to teach you valuable skills. A family-friendly environment with a total body workout and a fun source of cardio as well. Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu offers state, city, and county employee discounts. Located at 1522 Sam Houston Avenue. Check them out on Facebook at Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Huntsville, member of the Carlson Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team.
Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Buick GMC in Huntsville. And I've got great news. From now till the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $10,500 off the factory MSRP, or take advantage of 0% and still take $7,250 off the factory MSRP on select 2024 GMC half-ton crew cab trucks in stock. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry down to Wiesner in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
This is the KSAM Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Walker County Federal Credit Union.
Out at Waco ISD Stadium, welcome into the Walker County Federal Credit Union Countdown to Kickoff. Nick Savage filling in for Carlos Zimmermann. Houston Hardcastle is with me, and Justin Hardcastle is our executive producer. We got a beautiful, beautiful Saturday afternoon out in Waco, Texas. 77 degrees, real feel in the shade, about 74 degrees as here come the Huntsville Hornets onto the turf. Out at Waco ISD, wearing the white helmets as always with the green H on both sides. The gray jerseys tonight with the green letters and numbers, white trimming around those letters and numbers, white pants. And the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, all black with the gold accents, SOC on the helmets. And as we get set for kickoff here, Houston, just again, it's the #1 team in 5A Division II. The Hornets have played that caliber of competition this year. They've played P&G close, so they can hang around in these type of games. Just what are you looking forward to the most in this one?
No doubt. This is not a situation that's new for the Huntsville Hornets. You know, like you talked about, they played P&G, only lost on a missed field goal. Played Brenham really close, only lost by about a point in that game, if my memory serves me correctly. It's just going to come down to whether or not, like Coach Rodney Southern talked about, we talked about, can you stop the run? Can you stop those big gash plays? Can you tackle in space? Like he said, these are some of the most athletic kids in the state of Texas. So if you give them an inch of space, you know, in the game of football, it really is a game of inches. So if you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. So you have to be really careful with these athletic kids because they're gonna make you tired out all day. They're gonna wear out your defense if you're not careful. So Huntsville just needs to stay disciplined, stay out of their own way. Don't let those mistakes get to them, and they're gonna come out of here with a big win today.
Absolutely, and we'll take it right up to the national anthem here out at Waco ISD Stadium. South Oak Cliff making their way down the ramp, about to run through their inflatable blow-up. Worth noting, Huntsville's was bigger, a little bit bigger. I always like to, it's like a contest, right? Who's going to have the bigger blow-up to run through, and Huntsville wins this round. But the Hornets already on their sideline awaiting the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears to come out of the locker room and get set for the national anthem. And, yeah, it doesn't get much bigger than this. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Huntsville Hornets quickly here, as we'll start with the defensive side. On that defensive line, it'll be senior Zach Moss, junior Tyler Smith, Jaden Bradford, the junior, and Fred Oladelli, the junior, on that defensive front. Linebackers starting, Sam Cleveland, the junior, will be out there. Shiloh Jones made some big plays last week, and McCorrick Norman, the senior, had an interception against White House last week. Claudio Alvarenga will be in the secondary, Kenneth Scott the third, Brent Carroll and Braylon Phelps as well on the offensive side of the ball. That offensive line looks like this: Trey Williams, Brian Parker Jr., Bubba Moreno, Eli Cruz, and Caleb Williams. Jerry Singletary will play tight end. Josh Stanley, Jabari, Washington, and Savion Conte are your wide receivers. Zay Adolph, the freshman quarterback, gets his fourth start here in the area round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs. Trayshawn Brown will be the starting running back, and Caleb Kulak will be the kickoff specialist. Head coaches for both sides: Rodney Southern, 10th year here for the Huntsville Hornets, and for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, it's Jason Todd, who has led them to a lot of success. 2 state championships in 22 and 23 21 and 22 fell last year to P&G. So Coach Todd and the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears looking to get back to Jerry World for the 4th consecutive season as the Golden Bears finish their prayers in the end zone and start to line up for the national anthem out here at Waco ISD Stadium. So we'll hit a break here inside the Walker County Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. We'll join you on the other side of this anthem and get you set for kickoff here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for some high school football. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Since 1957, Walker County Federal Credit Union has been right here, helping our neighbors achieve their financial goals. Whether it's saving for the future or securing a personal loan, Walker County Federal Credit Union is committed to offering top-of-the-line service in a comfortable atmosphere. Their members aren't just customers, they're part of the credit union family. Stop by 1802 Normal Park Drive or visit online at walkercountyfcu.com. Walker County Federal Credit Union, proud to be your hometown financial partner. Member NCUA.
is the national anthem courtesy of the Huntsville Hornet Band. Obviously, they made the trip, and a good contingent of Hornet fans and South Oak Cliff fans making the drive to Waco. A pretty good distance or pretty fair distance, I should say, for both sides. We're here inside the Walker Federal Credit Union countdown to kickoff. Nick Savage filling in for Carlos Zimmermann, and Houston Hardcastle is with me as we are just about set. Captains about to meet at midfield for the coin toss. And just a reminder, this broadcast has been copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of 101.7 KSAM and Huntsville High School Athletics is strictly prohibited. As one captain comes out for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears, it's Paul Blair, the senior defensive lineman, and for your Huntsville Hornets, it's Trey Williams out there, Savion Conte, as well as Jarius Singletary and Braylon Phelps out there. Again, wearing the gray tops today, white pants, white helmets. Huntsville, the designated home team. South Oak Cliff, the visitors. They're wearing their all black jerseys with the gold accents. Here's the coin flip.
Huntsville won the toss.
So Huntsville wins the toss. They defer to the second half. We'll see that Huntsville defense out to start this one. And Houston will see if they can stop that running game that's so highly talked about from the Golden Bears.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And, you know, winning the toss and putting your defense out there first just shows how much trust this coaching staff has in their defense. They've been really poignant all season, and they're going to put that trust in them right now because Coach Rodney Southern wants to give the ball coming out of halftime. You know, you always kind of want to get that ball coming out of halftime, make your adjustments, and go out on offense. And so it'll be a good one to see if the Huntsville defense can keep up with the South Oak offense. A truly gritty start there for head coach Rodney Southern.
Getting set to begin the Heritage Oak Funeral Home first quarter. This will be a Deanna K. Barnes State Farm Insurance kickoff from your Hornets as Caleb Kulak tees it up and is set to go. Back deep to receive is Levon Morton, the junior running back for Sauk. Hornet fans on their feet. Kulak signals, and we're underway out at Waco ISD Stadium. It's a pooch kick caught at the 30, and bouncing off a tackler is Michael Trotter, and Michael Trotter all the way past the 45 down to the 46. So a little pooch kick there, maybe trying to keep the ball away from Morton.
Yeah, it looks like Huntsville just trying to catch South Oak Cliff off guard, but like we talked about, this is a well-coached team, very disciplined, and head coach Jason Todd told his guys, don't be fooled by the pooch kick. Huntsville does like to do that pooch kick with Kulak from time to time. They weren't caught off guard, and they're setting up near midfield.
Here comes the South Oak Cliff offense setting up shop 1st and 10 at their own 46. It's Carter Kopecki in the gun. To his right is Mikel Trotter. It's going to be give to Trotter, right side. Trotter fights through the line, past the 50, down to the 49-yard line. It'll set up 2nd and 5.
And there's that 5-yard per carry run that we're talking about for the South Oak Cliff offense, just ripping off those 5-6-yard runs. Huntsville's defense is going to have to plug those holes.
Kopecki directing traffic. 3 receivers to the far side in trips formation. Man to Kopecki's right is Michael Trotter. H-back off the line. It's another give to Trotter right up the middle. Trotter powering through that big offensive line past the sticks for a first down. He's going to be marked at the 44-yard line in Huntsville territory.
And you know, Trotter, only 5'9", 170 pounds, but really giving the Huntsville defense the business there, able to push past the sticks there. First down already for South Oak Cliff. Good offensive drive here.
Trotter, the leading rusher for the Golden Bears, 75 carries, 608 yards, and 11 touchdowns on the year. He's in the backfield, now motion out of the backfield. It's going to be a Kopecki keeper, and he powers off the left side down to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 4, sets up 2nd and 6.
Good tackle there by Shiloh Jones. You don't want to give Kopecki any space in the open field, and Shiloh Jones made a great tackle there in open field, limiting that gain to only 4.
So it'll be 2nd and 6, clock rolling as South Oak Cliff likes to control the game. They use that running game to do so. Will be another back in the backfield for this snap as Kopecky claps the hands. It'll be a read option, and the other back keeps it, bounces off the line, and that's behind the line of scrimmage. Great tackle made by that Huntsville defensive line. Trying to get a number on that back. It was number 29, I believe. That's Ricky Giles, pardon me, the 5'11 sophomore.
Yeah, and good, just that's the mentality Rodney Southern had coming into this game, that swarm mentality. Get them down in the backfield. Going to bring up a third and about medium here, 3rd and 7 for the South Oak Cliff Bears.
Here's the snap. Kopecky will drop back to pass, fires to that far side. It's complete, enough for a first down to the 30-yard line. Goes Torian Teague, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, and Kopecky just knew where he wanted to go with that ball immediately. His first read there was open, just easily makes the throw. That's almost like a layup in basketball. That's too easy. Huntsville's got to be a little bit more disciplined there in the pass game.
So South Oak Cliff on the 30-yard line in Huntsville territory. No score here in the first quarter, just kicking off. 9:20 left to play between the Hornets and the Golden Bears as Kopecky in the gun. Motions a man from right to left. It's a give to that wide receiver. It's Levon Morton, actually, and a tackle in the backfield made by that Huntsville defense. It's Braylon Phelps, the senior, with the TFL.
And man, what a transition year it's been for Braylon Phelps, going from running back to playing safety. Just immediately reads the play, able to make a tackle in the backfield, able to not be fooled by the reverse either. Very disciplined open field tackle there by Phelps. Going to bring up a 2nd and long here for the South Oak Cliff Bears.
Carter Kopecky directing traffic. Giles in the backfield with him. Offset to his left. Kopecky claps the hands. It's a give to Giles. Giles will take it right side and bottled up right at the line. A great stop by Fred Oladelli. A gain of about a half yard. That'll set up 3rd and 10. Big chance here for this Huntsville defense to set the tone.
Yeah, and if you're Huntsville, this is the situations that you want South Oak Cliff in. These 3rd and long situations, make them throw the ball and be disciplined. Make the tackle. Going to bring up a kind of no man's land here if they can't get it.
Cesar Oliveira is the Golden Bear kicker. 5'8", 180-pound, 160 junior has quite the legs, so maybe in field goal range here as Kopecky is in the gun, claps his hands. It's going to be a play action fake. Kopecky will just tuck it and run, and he's going to split the defense. He's all the way down past the 20, down at the 15-yard line, and the Golden Bears will convert the 3rd and 10 into the red zone here, as I think the Huntsville Hornets were looking past, and Kopecky using his legs. Again, we talked about that in the pregame show. Got to watch that.
Yeah, and Sam Cleveland there, the linebacker for the Hornets, he's the one that's supposed to be keeping an eye on the quarterback, just not able, a little bit turned around was Cleveland, not able to make the tackle on Kopecky. Going to bring up the first down in the red zone here for the South Oak Cliff Bears. This is not ideal for Huntsville's defense.
4 wide receiver look, 1 tight end flexed off the right side of the line, and Kopecky on the quarterback draw will get back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. There on the tackle, Jaden Bradford.
Yeah, a couple of Hornets there on the D line. Zach Moss with the immediate recognition. Just he's been such a disruptive force in the backfield all season for the Huntsville Hornets. That swarm mentality has really been apparent on this drive. Head coach Rodney Southern really wants his guys to swarm to the ball.
Zach Moss checks out. Jacavian Burks in defensively. Oh, pardon me, that's Jerry Singletary in defensively at that defensive end position on that far side. South Oak Cliff going from right to left here inside Waco ISD Stadium. They have it 2nd and 10 at the Huntsville 13. It's going to be a keeper up the middle for Mikel Trotter, and Trotter will gain about 4 hard yards before he's stopped, and another 3rd down here, 3rd and about 6, as we're halfway through the first quarter, no score. And South Oak Cliff has had the football the entire time. This is their opening possession.
And if you're the Huntsville defense, bend but don't break right here. If you can hold them to 3 with one of the most potent offenses in the state of Texas, you come out of that thinking that's a complete win. Obviously not able to get the stop on 3rd down and 10 earlier in the drive, but if you can get the stop here, getting a lot of momentum for your defense.
Kopecky gets the play, Two tight ends flexed on both sides of the line. Two receivers in the formation. Levon Morton in the backfield with the quarterback. He's going to get the carry. It's a sweep to the right, and Morton is met short of the sticks right at about the 7-yard line. So it'll be 4th and short. We'll see what South Oak Cliff wants to do. Jason Todd.
Looks like they're keeping the offense out on the field.
Indeed, they are. It'll be 4th and 4 officially at the 7-yard line.
And if you're Huntsville here, you're looking at South Oak Cliff maybe trying to draw you off sides on a hard count here. So make sure you stay disciplined, watch the ball, do not jump off sides and give them a first down here, especially not in the red zone.
Kopecky in pistol formation. Giles behind him, 5 on the play clock, so don't jump here. And here they are going to go for it. It's a keeper for the quarterback, and he's going to have first down yardage stopped at the 1-yard line. Kopecky weaves his way through on the option keeper, and the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears convert a 4th and short, and they're set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, really patient running there by Carter Kopecky. His first read wasn't there on the run, and so he's just able to find a hole in the Huntsville defense, get a first down.
So here comes Kopecky in the South Oak Cliff offense, and it's a give to Giles. He's into the end zone. No one touched him. Touchdown, South Oak Cliff. They lead 6-0 with 4:32 left to play in the first quarter. They gobbled up more than half of that first quarter on their opening drive.
And that's what happens when you face teams who run the ball a lot. They are going to milk the clock. That's why people have talked about all year. Anytime you fall down to the South Oak Cliff Bears, it feels almost impossible to come back against them because they do waste so much clock. Huntsville's got to respond here on their next drive.
Here's Oliveira in for the extra point. He gets it up and through to make it 7-0. Golden Bears over Huntsville. The Hornet offense coming onto the field for the first time in the first quarter, in the ball game, I should say. So stick around for that. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
If you're looking to buy that new car, renovate your home, or with the holidays coming up, maybe you need a personal loan for that, or any other reason, you will find Walker County Federal Credit Union ready to help. With competitive rates and a team that knows what it means to serve our hometown, they make the loan process easy and personal. See them at 1802 Normal Park Drive or do a quick application online at walkercountyfcu.com. Make your financial goals a reality right where you belong. Walker County Federal Credit Union, member NCUA.
This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, 101.7 KSAM Huntsville, and on the KSAM mobile app, Sting 'em Hornets. This has been the Countdown to Kickoff, sponsored by Walker County Federal Credit Union. Stay tuned. Hornet football is next on KSAM.
Hey y'all, Josh Ward here. If you're in the market for a new ride, go see my friends at Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville. I've been doing business with them since 2019, and it's always a great buying experience. No hassle, no haggle, just the best deal on a new Ford. Plus, they always have a great selection of inventory, and they don't just forget about you after the sale. At Bill Fick Ford, they're always there when you need them. Stop in today, get yourself a no bull deal, or shop BillFickFordHuntsville.com.
South Oak Cliff kicks it off to Huntsville. Flag is thrown on the Huntsville Hornets. That flag is brought to you by Lone Star Security and Investigation. So that would have been at the 25-yard line, but back up the Hornets to the 12. Not what you want to do facing this vaunted South Oak Cliff Golden Bear defense, but here comes Zay Adolph and the offense. Trayshawn Brown in the backfield. It's going to be a give to Brown, left side. Will gain about 1, nothing more. Sets up 2nd and 9 from the 13.
Yeah, just nothing there for Brown. Really disciplined by the South Oak Cliff defense. He's got game-breaking speed, and they're kind of getting that swarm mentality as well. Really get to Brown early on in the game. Not much there on the first down run for the Huntsville Hornets.
The Adolph checking over to the sideline. Scott Schroeder, the offensive coordinator. Rodney Southern there as well. Adolph gets the play. Trayshawn Brown will be to his right in the shotgun formation. Singletary flexed off the left side of the line. 3 receivers in the formation. Here's a play action fake. It's a pass to Singletary, and Singletary can't quite haul that one in. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 10 from the Huntsville 12.
You know, Jerry Singletary, tight end, mostly used as a blocker in most situations, plays on the D-line most of the time, had a couple of problems with drops this season. And you talk about getting Adolph going early. You need those short passes to be completed, or else it's going to shake his confidence. Going to bring up a 3rd and long here for the Hornets. Not an ideal situation.
Adolph in the gun. Trayshawn Brown behind him. It's a give to Brown on 3rd and long. Brown almost breaks the tackle to get to that first down marker, but he stopped about 3 yards short. And here comes the Huntsville punt unit. It's a 3 and out.
Yeah, Trayshawn Brown almost able to break that first tackle and just extend himself up for the first down. Loses his footing, and it's going to result in a punt. Disastrous first drive here for the Huntsville Hornets.
And to boot this one away, the junior Caleb Kulak. Snapping will be Brian Parker Jr. Here he gets the snap away. Kulak punt is away, and it's a high looping punt that gets to the 35, rolls out of bounds at the 36. So really short field for the Golden Bears here.
Yeah, just not a good punt there by Kulak. Looks like he didn't get all of his leg into it. It's going to give South Oak Cliff their 2nd drive of the game, and they get even better field position than they did on their first one. Not what you want to, not the situation you want to put the Bears in if you're the Huntsville Hornets.
They opened up this ball game with a 7-minute drive and punched it in. It was Ricky Giles with a 2-yard touchdown run, and here comes Giles to join the formation late. It's Kopecky in the gun, 3 receivers, tight end flex off the left side of the line. Now he motions to the far sideline, and it's going to be a swing pass over to him, and he's wrapped up right where he's catching that football. On the tackle, it's Brent Carroll, the junior defensive back. What a stop there, Houston.
Yeah, absolutely. Great play recognition there by Carroll. Immediately saw the tight end motion out and knew that a screen was coming, and just makes a great tackle in the backfield. Look, if you're Huntsville's defense, you got to build on that. You can't allow a long run here on 2nd down. You got to keep them in a 3rd and long situation.
2nd and 11 from the Huntsville 42. It's Kopecky in the shotgun with Giles to his right. And here's the snap. It's going to be a read option give to Giles. Giles up the middle is at the 30, and that's where he'll be wrapped up from behind. And Isaiah Lewis, the junior, with the tackle, will set up a 3rd and manageable for the Golden Bears here. But this is where the Hornets struggled last drive out. I believe the Golden Bears were about 3 for 4 on 3rd down, and one of those they didn't convert. They converted on 4th down.
Yeah, and again, they're in no man's land here, so this might be 4th down territory. Huntsville has got to maybe get a TFL here, a sack. A turnover would be even better. They've got to disrupt Kopecky in the backfield. He's way too comfortable right now.
4 receivers in the formation, 3rd and 5 from the 31. It's a give to Giles up the middle, and he'll be stuffed. A swarm of Hornets bring down the ball carrier just in front of that line of scrimmage. It'll be 4th down, and no man's land. We'll see if Jason Todd wants to go for it. They're 1 for 1 on 4th down today, as we're under 90 seconds to play already in the first quarter. It's 7-0 South Oak Cliff over Huntsville.
Yeah, and it looks like Todd's keeping his offense on the field. And again, if you're the Hornets, got to be disciplined here. Could be trying to draw you off sides on a hard count, but if they do snap that ball, you've got to rally to the ball like they did on that 3rd down play and really stop the running back. Don't let him get any extra yards.
Kopecky in the gun, Morton to his right. Here's the snap. Kopecky will drop back to pass, looking left, fires over the middle, and incomplete, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Levon Morton. Could not hold on to it. And the Hornets defense stands strong.
And that's the stop the Huntsville Hornets defense needed. Get South Oak Cliff, this potent offense, off the field. Great stop there on 4th down. Really got some great pressure there in the backfield to make that Kopecky throw a little bit inaccurate to Morton. Great turnover there for the Huntsville defense. Going to give them pretty good field position as well.
These guys do not throw the football a lot. Again, only 100 and, I'm going to get the exact number, but only if... not many not many pass plays to a lot of run plays this season, as here's Zay Adolph in this Huntsville offense back out there. It's Trayshawn Brown in the backfield. It'll be a pass for Adolph. He throws it left side, and it is complete on that far sideline. It's Savion Conte who reels it in for a gain of about 3, as we're under a minute to play here in the first quarter.
And there's the short passing play that you needed there to get Adolph's arm going. Great completion there. Not much, you know, it's a 3-4 yard gain, but you think of these like body shots in boxing. You really want to get your guys going out there, get them out in momentum, and really feel out this South Oak Cliff defense.
Adolph in the shotgun, Trayshawn Brown to his left. Now Brown motions out of the backfield. He'll line up as a fourth wide receiver, and it's a straight Zay Adolph keeper. He runs up the middle, gets to the 35-yard line, gain of 1, and that will most likely be the final play of the first quarter.
Yeah, not a lot there for Adolph, just about a yard on the play, puts his shoulder down, tries to get more, but just nothing there. Great tackling there by the South Oak Cliff defense as the first quarter comes to an end.
That will be the final play of the first quarter. 7-0 South Oak Cliff over Huntsville. We got the Advantage Specialties second quarter coming up. This is Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
As we approach the holiday season, the best gift you can give a loved one is peace of mind. Peace of mind by ensuring your final arrangements have been handled. I'm Andy Graves with Heritage Oak Funeral Home in Huntsville. The holidays are all about family and friends, making joyous memories and being together. Give yourself and your family the gift of peace of mind, knowing that your final arrangements have been handled. Heritage Oak Funeral Home, where heritage meets home, your hometown funeral home.
Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville has immediate openings for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants. Service technicians that are ASE certified are preferred but not required. Looking for a great career? Wiesner Huntsville is looking for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants, and complete benefits are included. So go by today and apply. Take exit 116 on I-45 North and go past 11th Street in Huntsville. Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville is hiring.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium, it is a 3rd and 6 for Huntsville. Zay Adolph in the gun all by himself. He'll look to throw over the middle, incomplete. Intended for Jabari Washington, the senior wide receiver, maybe just a touch behind him. Houston Hardcastle with me inside the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth.
Yeah, just a good defense there by the South Oak Cliff Bears. Able to get in the backfield, make Zay Adolph throw a little bit uncomfortable there. And just going to bring up a 4th down. Huntsville's forced to punt again. Not the offensive start that you wanted, especially against this potent South Oak Cliff offense.
Huntsville still looking for their first Moke and Moke attorneys at law first down, as here's the punt from Caleb Kulak. This one much better than the first. It will bounce at about the 34-yard line, and a great tackle made on the coverage on that far side. Tackle is made by Kenneth Scott III.
Yeah, great open field tackle there. We talk about giving the South Oak Cliff Bears space. Well, he didn't give them an inch there on that return. Great Hornet bounce there on the punt as well. Going to give South Oak Cliff their worst starting field position of the day. It kind of feels weird to say that their worst starting field position is on the 31.
Yep.
But as we are in the second quarter. But, you know, regardless, a great punt there from Kulak. Much better than the first one.
As a reminder, this is the Advantage Specialties second quarter. As here is the South Oak Cliff offense. Kopecky in the gun. With Mikhail Trotter to his right, it'll be a pass for Kopecky. He feels the pressure. He gets out of the pocket, and he's off and running. A great run by Kopecky. South Oak Cliff wants a flag on a late hit, but nothing doing. As on that hit, it was McCork Norman. But it is a first down for South Oak Cliff. They get it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Looks like they're having a discussion there if he got that first down or not.
Looks like I guess, yeah, they marked him actually. Yeah, they marked him a yard short, 2nd and 1, probably because he started that slide. That's what they're going to say. So 2nd and 1 here from the 40-yard line for Carter Kopecky. Give right up the middle to Mikhail Trotter, and Trotter bounces off a few tackles. He's past the 50 into Huntsville territory. Good run by Mikhail Trotter there, and it's a first down for South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, and we talked about being able to wrap up on first contact. Huntsville does not do that there, just allowing extra yards after contact. You cannot do that. South Oak Cliff is going to have these long drives. It's just unsustainable and impossible to win a football game when a team has this much time of possession.
Yeah, they went about 7 minutes on their first possession in the first quarter and punched it in. It's 7-0 with 10:55 left to play before halftime. South Oak Cliff leads. Here's the 1st and 10 play from the 48, and there goes Mikhail Trotter. He's off and running. He's past the 35-30 and down at the 26-yard line. A big run and another first down for South Oak Cliff.
Well, no need to break tackles there for South Oak Cliff. Just a wide open hole there on that left side. Give credit to the South Oak Cliff offensive line. They parted the ocean there for Trotter. Just able to get a big run there into Huntsville territory.
Trotter still out there. He'll join Carter Kopecky in the shotgun. 3 receivers in the formation. Tight end flexed off the right side of the line, and he'll get his 3rd straight carry, Will Trotter, and he gets about 3 this time. Good job by that Huntsville defense swarming. Shiloh Jones in on the tackle.
Yeah, and it feels like Shiloh Jones is just all over the field. He's been all over the field all season, making plays, making an impact, making his name known, especially here on the ground game. Not a lot there for Trotter as opposed to his last 2 runs, so Huntsville got to get South Oak in the 2nd and 3rd down long situations.
2nd and 8 from the Huntsville 24. Kopecky in the shotgun, man in motion from left to right in the formation. Trotter in the backfield, H-back flexed off the right side of the line. It's a give to Trotter, and once again met at the line of scrimmage. A big tackle for loss made by Sam Cleveland, the junior.
Man, Sam Cleveland's had a couple of big plays here today, too. Great wrap-up tackle, not giving Trotter an extra inch on any of that. Great wrap-up tackle there, bringing up a TFL. Like I said, get South Oak Cliff in these 3rd and long situations, get them a little bit uncomfortable, put them in situations they haven't been in a lot this year. That's what the Huntsville defense needs to continue doing.
Once again in kind of no man's land here at the 25-yard line in Huntsville territory. It's a 3rd and 9 as Kopecky sends a man in motion from left to right. And Giles in the backfield with them. It's a pass for Kopecky. He's looking deep down the field. He'll take a shot to the end zone, and it's thrown out of the back of the end zone. No flags on the plays. And what great coverage by Braylon Phelps, the senior cornerback, excuse me. It's 4th and 9.
And good penetration there on the defensive line, too, by Isaiah Lewis and Tyler Smith, forcing Kopecky to throw that a little bit uncomfortable. Looks like he took a really big hit as he threw that ball there. Once again, though, head coach Jason Todd leaving his offense out on the field on 4th down.
They're still deliberating over there on that sideline. Might be taking a timeout here as there's no urgency from this South Oak Cliff offense, and there's 8 on the play clock. And indeed, they will just let that play clock expire and hit a timeout.
Looking at about a 42, 43-yard field goal from this spot. So, you know, last week your kicker did hit a 37-yarder, but, you know, a little bit farther for Oliveira, the junior kicker. We'll see what they do here.
So they'll talk things over, and gives us a chance to remind you to not forget, Hornet fans, you can follow your hometown radio station on social media. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, X, and at KSAM-1017, and follow KSAM Sports on Facebook. Houston Hardcastle's got some sponsors to thank as well.
This season of Huntsville Hornet football is presented by Bill Fick Ford. No bull, just good deals. AB Squared Self-Storage, your local go-to self-storage facility. Charlie's Used Cars, customer satisfaction is our #1 priority. And Diana K. Barnes State Farm Insurance, focusing on auto, home, life, farm and ranch, business, pet, and tractor insurance in Huntsville, Texas, and surrounding areas.
So indeed, it will be a 42-yard field goal attempt by Cesar Oliveira from the left hash, kicking from left to right into the sun, might I say. So we'll see if that has an effect. He puts foot to ball, has the distance. Did he nail it? No, he did not. Wide left. And once again, the Huntsville defense holds. It's 7-0, 8:44 left to play in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, just wow. You talk about kicking into the sun. Little bit of wind down on the stadium as well. Wonder if that influenced it just a little bit, but it's a tough kick. Oliveira hit a 37-yarder last week against Terrell, but obviously 42 is a little bit longer than 37. Looks like he might have had the distance, just hooked it left.
So here comes Zay Adolph in this Huntsville offense, still looking for their first down of the game. Trayshawn Brown will get the carry left side here, and he'll pick up about 5. Slammed down out of bounds. No flag on the play, though. That looked a little late to me, but nothing doing on that play. It'll be 2nd and 5 up to the 29-yard line.
Yeah, Jamarian Phillips hitting Trayshawn Brown out of bounds there. Good recognition on the run, not allowing Brown to get into the open field. Good run there on 1st down, though, for the Huntsville offense. Going to bring up a 2nd and manageable here.
It'll be Zay Adolph, Trayshawn Brown to his right. 3 receivers in the formation. Singletary flexed off the right side of the line. He'll motion to the left side now. On a 2nd and 6, it's a Trayshawn Brown give. He takes it left side and is slammed by that South Oak Cliff defense. And it is a first down, a Mocha Attorneys at Law first down, the first one of the ball game for Huntsville. They move the chains.
And that's how you get your offense going. Play Hornet football. Give the ball to Trayshawn Brown and just let him make a play, able to get a little bit of open space there and a little bit of separation there in the running lane. Finally opens up for the Huntsville Hornets. A good drive here going. Got to sustain it, though.
7-0 is our score. 8:12 left to play in the second quarter as Adolph motions Josh Stanley from left to right, and Stanley will get the keeper on a sweep, and he's going to pick up 2 yards up to the 37-yard line in Huntsville territory. Sets up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, and good. Give credit to the South Oak Cliff defense there, especially those cornerbacks there over on the right side, just able to not be fooled by the motion of Josh Stanley. Kind of a jet sweep play there for the Huntsville offense. However, South Oak Cliff not fooled. Going to bring up a 2nd and 8.
3 receivers in the formation, 2 on the short side, 1 spread out on the wide side. That's Hunter Lorenz. Adolph claps his hands. It'll be a keeper. He takes it right side, has the blocking, and will be spun down at about the 45. And he's got enough for another Mocha Attorneys at Law first down. Huntsville's starting to get a little momentum offensively.
Yeah, and great blocking out there by Jabari Washington over there on the right side of the field, able to clear a lot of space for him to get the first down. Zay Adolph with the quarterback keeper, just so patient, just looking for his blocks, able to get a first down here.
7-0 is our score in the second quarter. 6:56 left to play until halftime. 1st and 10 play here from the 45, and a huge hole for Trayshawn Brown. He's at the 30, 20, 10, 5, and shoved out of bounds at the 3-4-yard line. A massive run. Is there a flag down at the 50 here? There's something, there's some laundry on the field. Jarius Singletary is all the way back here behind the 50 in Hornet territory, and this one's probably coming back.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get the call here from the White Hat. It looks like it is on Huntsville. That's what everyone's indicating. Still deliberating, discussing this one. Maybe it was after the play.
I mean, I think Singletary might have just gotten caught up in a little scrum with somebody well away from the play. I mean, he was in front of the South Oak Cliff bench on the Huntsville side of the 40, and that one ended up at the South Oak Cliff 4-yard line.
Yeah, and if you're Huntsville, you just can't let a penalty get in the way. One of your best offensive plays, your best offensive play of the day, and if it gets brought back by penalties, it's just really been a problem for this Huntsville team all season.
Here's the call. Wow, so a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, unnecessary roughness on Singletary, and that will move them back into their own territory. Wipes out a 50-yard run from Trayshawn Brown. They'll set up shop at the Huntsville. They're still walking it off, and they will mark it at about the 30.
Yeah, and if you're Huntsville, wow, going to bring up a first and about Huntsville here from Waco. Wow, really bad
25.
penalty. Yeah, really bad penalty there for Singletary. Head coach Rodney Southern didn't like the call. Didn't get the best view of it from up here, but regardless, it is going to bring up a 1st and 25.
So Huntsville has it at their own 30. They got to get to the South Oak Cliff 45 for a first down. Zay Adolph will drop back to pass, then tucks it, looking to throw. He's out of the pocket and just fires it into the first row in the stands as he was feeling some pressure there. Smart play by the freshman quarterback. Sets up 2nd and 25.
Yeah, and good play recognition over there by South Oak Cliff, especially Daniel Hayes, keeping an eye on Adolph, not letting him use his legs and tuck it and run. South Oak Cliff very disciplined on defense so far here today, not giving the Hornets an inch.
Adolph still looking over to the sideline to get the play. It'll be 4 receivers in the formation. Singletary out there flexed off the left side of the offensive line. Adolph in the backfield all by himself, 5 on the play clock, man in motion from left to right. It's a keeper for Adolph. Adolph through the left side of the line, picks up about 3 and nothing more. And now it'll be 3rd and about 22.
Yeah, and you know, if you're Huntsville at this point, you're just trying to get the yardage necessary for you to be able to flip the field here. Probably not going to be able to pick up a first down here. Maybe a quick jet sweep, maybe a quick screen. Just go pick up some yardage, make it easier for your punter to flip the field here.
So here comes the Huntsville offense. Savion Conte spread out farthest on that far side of the field. It's a 3rd and 21 from the Huntsville 34. They need to get to the Sauk 45. And it's a give to Trayshawn Brown right side. Trayshawn Brown spun down at the Huntsville 45. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage. And it will be 4th down from there. And here comes the punt unit onto the field for Huntsville.
Yeah, and South Oak Cliff was really just watching the sticks there. They're okay with giving that big run up to Trayshawn Brown because he just gets back to the original line of scrimmage, not the first down. And if you're Huntsville, you just cannot let personal foul penalties control this game. We saw the one on Singletary that killed this drive. This cannot be a common denominator here today, because if you do, South Oak Cliff is going to take advantage of it every time.
Here comes Kulak's punt. He puts foot the ball at the 35, and it's all the way back and muffed. Muffed by South Oak Cliff. There's Huntsville. Ball still loose. Who has it? Huntsville has the football. Down all the way to the South Oak Cliff 11-yard line.
And that's the break you needed if you're the Huntsville Hornets. The ball was the ball was bobbled by Marcel Gibson, the punt returner, and it is Huntsville ball. That's the break you needed, Nick.
It was Brent Carroll who marched down the field, fought his way in that pile, and got the football for Huntsville. So it's almost like that Trayshawn Brown run counted. And here we are. 1st and 10 from the 12-yard line is where they're going to mark it in South Oak Cliff territory. 7-0 is our score. 5:02 left to play in the second quarter. Huntsville with a chance to tie this one up. Zay Adolph in the gun. And this snap is to the left of Adolph. It's going to be back past the 25-yard line. And just when you get a positive play, the Hornets shoot themselves in the foot and lose about 10 yards.
Yeah, just a rare bad snap there by the Hornets offensive line. Just gets past Adolph and smartly falls on the ball. Don't try to do anything. Don't try to be a hero. Just got to keep this drive sustained. But credit to the South Oak defense here. I mean, they have really played a really disciplined style of game today, not giving the Hornets any ground in the passing game and the running game. They have just been well coached all day.
2nd and 22, back to the South Oak Cliff 25. Zay Adolph in the gun, Trayshawn Brown to his left, 3 receivers in the formation. It'll be a pass for Adolph. Adolph rolls to the right, fires to Singletary, off the hands and incomplete. 3rd and 22 coming up.
Looks like Singletary just wasn't ready for that ball there, and Adolph might have put a little bit too much mustard on it for Singletary. He's wide open in the flat, but just puts a little bit too much rocket arm behind it, and looks like Singletary wasn't ready for the pass either. Going to bring up 3rd and a country mile here for the Huntsville Hornets.
So just outside the Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone. They're trying to get back to it. They need to get all the way down to the 3-yard line for a first down here, but they have it at their own, or at the South Oak Cliff 25, I should say. Here's Adolph. He drops back to pass, feels the pressure, and will just fire it out of bounds, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and 22 from the 25. Most likely we'll see Kulak attempting a rather long field goal here.
Yeah, going to be about a 42-yarder from the 25-ish yard line. Good thing is, though, Kulak has the advantage of not kicking into the sun, unlike South Oak Cliff, who on that muff punt as well might have had the sun in their eyes just a little bit.
He's got the wind with him as well. This is a Nelson Amaya's Collision Center 42-yard field goal try from Caleb Kulak. Brian Parker Jr. will snap. Hunter Lorenz will hold, and it is no good. Wide left. Huntsville can't capitalize on the muff punt by South Oak Cliff. I feel like in a game like this, you're not going to get many opportunities like that.
No, this is a very disciplined team. A rare turnover for South Oak Cliff, and Huntsville just not able to take advantage of it. You're not going to get many breaks like that. Hornets have got to capitalize on an opportunity like that and just unable to. Looks like Kulak just shanked it a little bit to the left, and South Oak Cliff is going to take over on the 25-yard line.
Carter Kopecky and this Golden Bears offense back out onto the field. In the backfield is Mikkel Trotter. He'll get the first carry of this drive. Spins his way off the first tackler, past the sticks, and a huge run here. He's at the 50 and wrapped up from behind. Claudio Alvarenga saves the big play, and he's hurt on the back end of that one. Is a gain of 25 yards.
Yeah, Huntsville just, again, not making the first contact tackle, just allowing a big run. So there's going to be a timeout here on the field.
Yeah, and we will step aside with them. This is a University Heights Baptist Church timeout. We'll be back after this on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
This is BJ McMichael, and I am a proud 1993 Hornet graduate and 1998 Bearcat graduate. I am also the Minister of Students and Outreach at University Heights Baptist Church. Here at University Heights, we are connected to Christ and the community. We also offer small groups and activities for every age and stage. Be sure to check us out online at uhbc.net or download our UHBC app in the Apple or Android store today. Sting 'em, Hornets!
Back inside the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth here at Waco ISD Stadium. Nick Savage filling in for Carlos Zimmermann. Houston Hardcastle is with me, as well as Justin Hardcastle, our executive producer. 3:50 left to play until halftime. South Oak Cliff has the football, 1st and 10 on the Hornet 48. Here's a give up the middle to Trotter. Trotter looks to bounce it outside, but there are 3 Hornets meeting him for the tackle.
Yeah, good play there by Shiloh Jones. He's been all over the field tonight, making his presence known, putting a stamp on this game. Great first tackle there by Shiloh Jones, not just getting the wrap up, but also bringing the running back down. That's important for the Hornet defense if they want to have success on defense here today. Good tackle there by the Hornets.
Peyton Pryor was there to assist with that tackle to be 2nd and 12 from the 50-yard line, moving left to right here at Waco ISD Stadium. The Golden Bears working into the sun. It'll be a 3 wide receiver formation, 2 tight ends in this set, but it's a motion give going left for Morton, and Morton gets back to the original line of scrimmage and nothing more. That will set up a 3rd and 10 in Huntsville territory at the 48.
This is the situations you want South Oak Cliff in if you're the Hornets. These 3rd and longs, these situations that make them uncomfortable, situations they haven't been in all season. Good play there on 2nd down. Great recognition on the jet sweep play there from the motion man. And Huntsville's going to get a 3rd and long here. The defense needs to come up big here. Do not allow them to get to the sticks.
Some late substitutions coming on, personnel issues, 7 on the play clock here, and Coach Jason Todd will have to take another timeout. As there was the Golden Bears just didn't know who was supposed to be out there. So they'll take a timeout and talk things over here, and will give us a chance to shout out some sponsors, Houston.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This season of Huntsville Hornet football is brought to you by Huntsville Independent School District. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We are building champions, everyone, every day. Hartfield Florists, personalizing your event since 1957. Lone Star Security and Investigation. When rules are broken, call Lone Star Security and Investigations. And Walker County Federal Credit Union, serving Walker County since 1957. Your full-service community credit union, member NCUA.
And Bill Fick Ford is presenting Huntsville Hornet football all season long, so we thank them as well. It's 7-0, 2:25 left to play here in the first half. As it was like it's pretty much like a 15-minute first quarter, as South Oak Cliff had about a 7-minute opening drive, but slowed down just a bit here in the second quarter. It will be a 3rd and 10 for Sauk at the Huntsville 48. Carter Kopecky in the gun. Giles to his left. 3 receivers in the formation. Kopecky claps his hands, gets the snap, and will drop back to pass. Looking over the middle, fires and finds a soft spot in the defense. It's complete to Torian Teague. He's all the way down to the 20-15-10, and another big gainer for this South Oak Cliff offense. And they're going to be set up first and goal here with, by the time they snap this football, under 2 minutes to play in the first half.
And again, really just good protection there by the South Oak Cliff O-line, giving Kopecky time to throw, find the soft spot.
They're going to go quick here. Kopecky claps his hands, gives to Giles up the middle, and Giles is met right away. Believe that is Zach Moss, first one to wrap him up there.
Yeah, good tackle there by the Hornet defense, not giving anything up here on a first down. And if you're the Huntsville defense right now, you just need to bend but not break. You gave up the big play there, but you gotta kind of have the memory of a goldfish. You gotta forget about it and move on. They need to just hold them to 3 here, or maybe even force a turnover, get a big play. TFL, Huntsville defense needs to step up.
90 seconds remain until halftime. It's 2nd and goal from the 7. It's a read option give to Giles right side. Giles trying to follow his blockers. He's going to gain 2 up to about the 5. And it will set up 3rd and goal from there. And the clock is running, so we'll be under a minute when this play is snapped. South Oak Cliff with 1 timeout remaining, Huntsville with 2.
And he's just trying to be patient there, look for his blocks, but none of them, Huntsville Hornet defense very disruptive there on the run play. Good tackle there.
Mikael Trotter back out there. He's in the backfield. It's a read option, give to Trotter. Trotter looking to spin off of a tackle, but he can't do it. Hornet defense is there. It's a loss of 2, sets up 4th and goal. We'll see what South Oak Cliff wants to do. They could let this clock tick all the way down and kick a field goal here. And that looks to be what they're going to do.
And a great tackle there by McCork Norman as you see him go to the sidelines, a little bit shaken up. But a great open field tackle there by Norman, not allowing an inch of space to the running back, bringing Trotter down on first contact. Great play there by the Huntsville defense, really stepped up there on 3rd down.
And here, 9 on the clock. They got to hurry here. And it looks like Coach Jason Todd will call a timeout. He's all the way out on the field, calls it with 2 seconds left on the play clock and 2 seconds left on the game clock.
Yeah, and, just going to give credit here to the South Oak Cliff, able to get a drive here before halftime, maybe walk away with 3 points pending a shanked field goal or a blocked field goal. But, again, you got to consider they're kicking into the sun, so it is a little difficult here for the kickers today.
7-0 is the score. 2 seconds left before halftime. South Oak Cliff looking to add to the lead and make this a 2-possession game going into halftime. But if you're Huntsville, you gotta take this as a win. As it seemed like earlier in this quarter, nothing was going your way. Even when you caught some breaks, you couldn't capitalize on them. So if you can get a stop here or a block or something, maybe another miss, because Cesar Oliveira is 0 for 1 on field goal tries today, but earlier he attempted a 42-yarder. This one much closer. It will be a 25-yard field goal from the far left hash, kicking into the sun and into the wind as he gets set. Out of the timeout, here's a snap, hold is good, kick is up, and it is through. And that's how we will end the Advantage Specialties 2nd quarter. And we get set for the Northside Baptist Church halftime report. It's 10-0 South Oak Cliff over the Huntsville Hornets. Halftime show coming up next. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Where there's a will, there's a way, as the saying goes. But where there's no will, there's absolutely no way your last wishes will be known. You need to get serious about your estate and call Sam Moak at Moak & Moak to get your estate, will, and other documents updated now. Without a will and proper estate plan, the government decides with probate. You've put it off long enough. Sam A. Moak's practice is focused on estate planning, probate, elder law, real estate, and transactional law. Practical wisdom, trusted advice, and personal service. Moak & Moak, attorneys at law.
AB Squared Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need, big or small. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. You can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes, right here in Huntsville, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Diana and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Texas at highschoolofficials.com.
Suspicion will eat you alive. Burning questions, nagging fears, wondering if your partner is violating your trust. Choose to know the facts. Lone Star Security and Investigations will uncover the answers to your lingering questions. Start today with a free conversation with an experienced investigator. The Lone Star Security and Investigations expert will listen and provide a path to answers and peace of mind. Lone Star Security is your best defense. Start your journey to the truth at LoneStarSecurityTX.com.
Did you know that 30% of Boys and Girls Club members improved their math grades and 57% improved their grades in reading? And did you know the amazing fact that if just 10 Boys and Girls Club members graduate from high school who otherwise wouldn't, we would add $2 million to our local economy over their lifetimes? Even when you don't think the Boys and Girls Club impacts you, it does. The Boys and Girls Club makes a difference, and they have for 20 years. I'm Karen Alton, publisher of Postcards Magazine, reminding you, community, it's what we do.
Your brand is your business. Shop local with Advantage Specialties, where you will get service with a personal touch. Hello, I'm Stephanie Pitts, owner and operator of Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties offers screen printing and embroidery on site. Let Advantage Specialties get you ready for your next event with cups, apparel, caps, pins, and everything else you could need. Go to AdvantageSpecialties.com or call our team at 936-291-3222 to start that order now. Sting 'em Hornets!
Hi, folks. Clay back here with Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville, and I've got some great news. From now till the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $9,000 off the factory MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac Escalade in stock, or take $6,500 off the MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac XT6. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry to Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerCadillac.com.
Want to learn martial arts? Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is for kids, teens, and adults. Walk-ins are welcome and are there to teach you valuable skills. A family-friendly environment with a total body workout and a fun source of cardio as well. Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu offers state, city, and county employee discounts. Located at 1522 Sam Houston Avenue. Check them out on Facebook at Silverback Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Huntsville, member of the Carlson Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu team.
AB Squared Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need, big or small. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
Nelson Amaya's Collision has been proudly serving Walker County since 1999. Within walking distance from Sam Houston State University, they pride themselves in offering their services to you for your students to get their vehicle back to pre-loss condition and back on the road. Come see Nelson Amaya's Collision off Sycamore Avenue for all your automotive paint and body needs. That's Nelson Amaya's Collision, a proud supporter of Hornet football. Call them at 936-439-4545.
Hi, folks. Clint back here with Wiesner Buick GMC in Huntsville. And I've got great news. From now till the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $10,500 off the factory MSRP, or take advantage of 0% and still take $7,250 off the factory MSRP on select 2024 GMC half-ton crew cab trucks in stock. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry down to Wiesner and Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Hey Huntsville, it's Cicely with Heartfields. Can you believe it's already time to start planning for the holidays? We are getting fresh shipments of beautiful fall flowers daily and have started planning on holiday parties and events. If you have an upcoming holiday occasion that needs flowers or just a simple just because arrangement, give us a call today. Don't wait. You can always reach us at 295-5448. Check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or our website at HuntsvilleHeartfieldFlorist.com. If you're in the neighborhood, we'd love for you to stop by the shop at 1525 Sam Houston Avenue. This fall and always, remember Heartfields, personalizing your events since 1957.
Hi, this is Devin Blakely with Community Service Credit Union. With our members constantly on the go, CSU is dedicated to making banking as safe and as easy as possible. Wherever life takes you, our nearest branch is right in your pocket with the CSU mobile app. You can check account balances, pay bills, and even make check deposits with the CSU mobile app. You can also monitor your credit score with CreditSense. CSU Mobile is available in the App Store and Google Play. Community Service Credit Union, member of NCUA.
This is the Huntsville Hornets High School Football Halftime Report, sponsored by Northside Baptist Church. Here's Carlos Zimmermann, Brian Adams, and Houston Hardcastle.
Welcome into the Northside Baptist Church Halftime Report up in the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth at Waco ISD Stadium. I'm Nick Savage filling in for Carlos Zimmermann. I got Houston Hardcastle with me. Justin Hardcastle is our executive producer. It's 10-0 at halftime. South Oak Cliff over your Huntsville Hornets. And only two scores on the board. First one came about 7 minutes into the first quarter. That South Oak Cliff opening drive ate up more than half of that first quarter. And it was a Giles run, from 2 yards out to make it 7-0 Golden Bears. And in that second half, man, Huntsville had many chances, had a muff punt from South Oak Cliff that set them up inside the red zone, but they could not capitalize. A bad snap and a few bad plays moved them back behind the 25-yard line, so they couldn't get any points, and as well as a big run from Trayshawn Brown was negated by a flag away from the play. And the half closed out with a 25-yard field goal from Cesar Oliveira, and the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears took a 10-0 lead into the locker room. Just about 20 minutes until we get back to the action. Houston Hardcastle, what are some of your takeaways from that first half?
Yeah, and I will say this. Shout out to the Huntsville Hornet defense. Minus that first drive and a couple big runs there by the South Oak Cliff offense, the Huntsville Hornets have played a really good game. They have been mostly getting them down. They're getting those running backs down on first contact. And, the stats are going to look a little inflated because South Oak Cliff has had a couple of big runs there on that first drive and then towards the end of the half specifically. But other than that, I think they have held the South Oak offense to about a little bit under that 5 yards per carry margin that they came into this week with. So I think I want to give a big shout out to the Hornet defense. They've been playing really good. It's just the offense really needs to figure it out. You cannot have something like a muffed punt that gets you really good field position. You can't have something like that and then not come away with points. That is something that is not going to happen under a very well-coached and very well-disciplined team very often. So Huntsville not being able to take advantage of that, I can see that coming to haunt them here in the second half unless they play a really clean second half of football, because something like that just doesn't happen often. So you really need to capitalize on those opportunities. And if you get one again, you get a takeaway, you get a fumble, you get a muffed punt, anything like that, you need to capitalize and you need to score points. Without it, Huntsville's going to be staring down this 10-0 deficit against a South Oak Cliff team that runs the ball and runs the clock, more importantly. If there was a time of possession graphic that we knew exactly how much time these teams have had the ball, I bet Huntsville would be easily under 5 minutes. I mean, they have not had the ball long on offense, so they've got to figure it out.
Absolutely, and if we look back at some of the keys to our, what we talked about pregame, limiting those explosive plays, I feel like, if you're Coach Rodney Southern in that locker room right now, you've given up a few too many to your liking. There have been some really only one big pass play that set up that field goal at the end of the half, but a lot of big runs coming from Mikael Trotter and Ricky Giles, the two backs that have been leading the charge for South Oak Cliff in this one thus far. the penalties, really, I guess only 2 Lone Star Security investigations flagged so far, but one really the killer, that flag on Jarius Singletary, a personal foul call away from the play that negated a 50-yard run from Trayshawn Brown. So that one's, obviously got to put it behind you. Nothing you can do about it now. I've got 2 more quarters of football to play, so got to look past that. But, I feel like they've done a decent job at tackling in space. Probably want to improve on that just a little bit going into the second half. Some of those big plays were just where those backs got out of the backfield and honestly didn't really get touched at all. But there have been a few, yards after contact, if you so say. But I guess any keys that you were thinking about during that first half that you think either could have gone better or went the way they needed to?
Yeah, you just got to stay out of your own way at this point. I mean, you really write your own destiny here in the second half. If you can stay out of your own way and stay out of your own head and don't commit those pre-snap penalties, don't commit those personal foul penalties, you've really been able to match up really well with the South Oak Cliff Bears so far. And if you can just come out and play a clean second half of football, I think you can. You just got to cut into the lead. As Huntsville does get the second half kickoff, you've got to score some form of points. If it's a field goal, if it's a touchdown, cut into the South Oak Cliff Bears lead. Get them a little uncomfortable, put them on their heels, and I think if you do that, you put a little bit of pressure on their offense, come out, play the same defensive way that you've been playing in the first half, you can come out of here with a big win.
Next up on the Northside Baptist Church halftime report, you'll hear Hornets Nest with Shannon Duncan, and after that, we will talk things over just a little bit further as we're about 15 minutes out from the second half. It's 10-0 South Oak Cliff leads over Huntsville at the intermission. Come on back to the Northside Baptist Church halftime report after this. This is Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Halftime is an opportunity for teams to rest from the events of the first half and get a plan for the future of the second half. Broadcasters are busy analyzing what has already happened, while coaches are planning strategies and making changes, but the final score is yet to be determined. We want a Hornet victory in the future. Life is a lot like a football game. We all have a past that we cannot change, and we don't know what the future will bring. There's something unique about life in the future. Jesus is already there. You can trust him with the plan of your future life. I'm Regan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
It's time to stir up the Hornets' Nest. Brought to you by Wiesner of Huntsville. Here's Shannon Hollis.
Happy Hornet football, Hornet Nation fans. Thanks for tuning in and listening to the broadcast of today's Area Round Football playoff game here on KSAM Radio. We appreciate KSAM and all the game sponsors who have made this broadcast possible for our Hornet families and fans. We are so excited to be here in Waco this afternoon to cheer on our boys. Here's what's buzzing in HISD. We hope everyone is ready for a week of rest and happiness this Thanksgiving holiday. The entire district will be closed all next week, Monday, November the 25th through Friday, November the 29th for the holiday break. When we return from the week-long break, it'll be December. That's crazy, but it's true. We'll jump right into wrapping up the final 3 weeks of this semester and have finals and then dismiss for the winter break to celebrate Christmas and New Year's holidays. The December calendar is full of all kinds of concerts, musicals, performances, and programs. Be sure you know what's planned for your child's campus so you don't miss out. We are excited that there is a special joint winter choir concert on Thursday, December the 5th at 6 p.m. in our brand new Huntsville ISD Performing Arts Center on the campus of Huntsville High School. That's right, a concert in our new PAC. It'll feature our elementary honor choir, our Mance Park Middle School choir, and our Huntsville High School choir. Students at each campus have been practicing for months and will come together for this wonderful holiday concert. Please join us as we support our students. Come listen to their beautiful voices, sharing the sweet sounds of the holiday season. And parents, please remember, student attendance counts each and every school day in each and every class. It matters for their overall success. Please encourage them to finish Hornet strong this semester. In this season of Thanksgiving, we must be mindful that the holidays do not always bring happy times for everyone. The additional pressures of family and finances can cause additional stress to many families in our community. Many of our community's neediest families don't know how they'll get their normal bills paid, much less adding additional expenses for the holidays. That said, HISD is extremely proud to once again support the annual KSAM MASH Make a Smile Happen toy and food drive scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday, December 4th, and 5th. It's wonderful to be able to come together as a community to help support our families who are in need this holiday season. The Mash Drive will air right here on KSAM over those 2 days, and we're proud to be broadcast sponsors for the event. KSAM will be collecting new unwrapped toys and gift items, gift cards, non-perishable food, and pet supplies, as well as cash donations, all in the big green Army tent in the front parking lot at HEB. We are also very thankful that the HISD Social Services Department will be a beneficiary again this year, being able to receive a portion of the donated toys, gift cards, and cash to help Huntsville ISD children and families who are in great need this Christmas. Listen for all the details right here on KSAM. And if you plan to go shopping over this break or during the month of December, please consider purchasing a toy or gift card or two to donate to the KSAM Mash Drive. And be sure to shop small and shop local. Please consider supporting the local businesses and entities in our Huntsville community who help Huntsville ISD build champions by supporting our students and schools. Huntsville ISD was voted Best Place to Work in the Items 2024 Reader's Choice Awards, and we're super proud of that special recognition. As one of the largest employers in our community, we're proud to offer a competitive compensation package with excellent benefits for our employees. If you know someone looking for a career, point them in our direction. We're always hiring. We're currently hiring for some teaching positions, especially if you're bilingual or special education certified. And if you're looking for something part-time or more flexible, we're always looking for bus drivers, custodians, and subs, especially substitutes during the holidays. So if you're interested, we invite you to apply online today and come build champions with us. At this time of Thanksgiving, we take this opportunity to say how grateful we are and to thank you, our Huntsville ISD community, for your unwavering support of Huntsville ISD. We are proud of how far we've come and how far we can go as we continue to work together building champions. On behalf of the HISD Board of Trustees, Superintendent Dr. Shepard, and all of District Administration, we wish you all a very blessed and happy Thanksgiving holiday. May you all have a safe and restful break with quality time spent with family, friends, and loved ones. No matter the outcome of today's ball game, we are so proud of all of our Hornets, all the players, students, coaches, and directors who are involved today. We wish them all good luck. We love you, Green. We hope everyone enjoys listening to the rest of this exciting playoff game and that everyone has safe travels home and a wonderful holiday break. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We are building champions, everyone, every day. Sting 'em, Hornets.
Halftime is an opportunity for teams to rest from the events of the first half and get a plan for the future of the second half. Broadcasters are busy analyzing what has already happened, while coaches are planning strategies and making changes, but the final score is yet to be determined. We want a Hornet victory in the future. Life is a lot like a football game. We all have a past that we cannot change, and we don't know what the future will bring. There's something unique about life in the future. Jesus is already there. You can trust him with the plan of your future life. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening?
This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, 101.7 KSAM Huntsville, and on the KSAM mobile app. Sting 'em, Hornets.
Hi, my name is Shala Jones, number 10 for the Huntsville Hornets. You're listening to KSAM.
Huntsville Hornet Band finishing up their performance out at Waco ISD Stadium. Under 10 minutes to play until we kick off the second half. This is the Northside Baptist Church halftime report. Nick Savage, Houston Hardcastle inside the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. And we're going to bring in the third member of our team, Justin Hardcastle here, the executive producer who's on the ones and twos here in the booth, doing a great job of getting us on air, getting the YouTube stream working, all that good stuff. And Justin's just as, clued into the game as we are. So, Justin, you've seen a lot of Huntsville Hornet football this year. What do the Hornets got to do coming out this second half to maybe reverse some things and get on the winning side of this one?
Yeah, they're going to have to work on
it. And we'll hold on here as Justin's getting his mic settled in. But like I said, we're out at Waco ISD Stadium on a beautiful Saturday evening, turning into an evening as the sun sets into that end zone, as there's not a cloud in the sky. And Justin's ready to go here. So, Justin, just what did you see in that first half, and what do they got to do here coming into the second half?
Sorry about those technical issues. My bad.
You're good.
No, definitely what I need to see from Huntsville in the second half is they need to lock up on the discipline. They've got to be able to take more advantage whenever momentum starts swinging their way. We saw it when they got that muffed punt right in the red zone and then immediately followed up with a bad snap that brought them back all the way back to the 25 and no points on the board. They've got to be able to take better advantage of that stuff. They got to play a little more disciplined. We haven't seen too many penalties except that back-breaking penalty on the 50-yard run. Can't have that in the second half. That's going to kill you whenever it's this close of a game. We got to play disciplined. Can't have those penalties in the red zone. That's my biggest thing. They've done a great job keeping it close so far, and I will say that. So they just got to keep doing what they're doing and keep that discipline locked in. That's going to be the biggest thing that's going to make or break them in the second half.
One more thing here for you, Justin. It's 10-0 South Oak Cliff over Huntsville at halftime. Just what do you make of Zay Adolph, freshman, getting his fourth start against the number one team in 5A Division II? How has he held up so far?
He's held up great. I tell you, these past 4 games, he's looked a little bit better each week. The kid is progressing absolutely great. He's holding his own against a really tough opponent. He's doing everything his coaches are asking him to do. This is a team sport. It's not just on him. He's doing his job. I'd like to see him maybe open the pass game up a little bit more in the second half. Let him play a little more fast and loose with the ball because we've seen this kid make some beautiful throws. That one against Nederland really pops up in my mind. That was an absolutely beautiful touchdown throw. Just need to see more of that in the second half. That's going to be a big factor in his play in the second half if they want to come away with a victory.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Justin, for making sure we're on air. We're sounding good, and we'll let you get back to work back there.
Appreciate that.
We'll hit a break here inside the Northside Baptist Church halftime report. On the other side, we'll talk about halftime adjustments, what the Hornets need to do coming out on the other side with Houston Hardcastle. Keep it right here. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Hi, I'm Reagan Cooksey, and I have a thought I want to share with you. Are you listening? Have you ever sat around a fire and became so hot that you had to move away from the flames? The closer to the flame, the hotter things get. If you move away from the flame, the edges get a little cold. You can still see the fire, you just can't feel it anymore. Life on the edge of the flame isn't near like life up close to the flame. I want to suggest to you that your church life is kind of like that. The further away from the church you get, the less you feel the heat. You still see the place where the fire is because you drive by it regularly. I have good news. There's room for you up close to the flame. I'm Reagan Cooksey, pastor of Northside Baptist Church. Are you listening? Northside Baptist Church is a vibrant, growing body of believers located at 1207 FM 980 in Huntsville, Texas. Check us out on the web at nbchuntsville.com or find us on Facebook at NBC Huntsville. Northside Baptist Church, going people in Christ to reach people for Christ.
Back out at Waco ISD Stadium, Northside Baptist Church halftime report. Nick Savage and Houston Hardcastle with you here inside the Frank Tacos broadcast booth. Justin Hardcastle is our executive producer. It's 10-0 South Oak Cliff over your Huntsville Hornets with 24 minutes left to play. 5 minutes till we kick things off in that second half. And Houston, just what are some second half adjustments that you may be looking for from Rodney Southern and this Hornets coaching staff?
Well, first things first is he's got to tell his guys that anytime momentum can swing your way in a football game, you've got to take advantage of it. We talk about it all the time. Football is absolutely a game of momentum. It's not a superstition thing, but when big plays go your way, your team just plays better. So Rodney Southern needs to say, hey, let's go get these big chunk plays like South Oak Cliff is getting, and let's really get our offense moving here. It looked a little bit stagnant at times there in the first half. I think that they open up the playbook a little bit more for Adolph, maybe some creative set designs, maybe a couple of dual back sets, maybe something to get moving. We talked about it in the pregame. This is a very well-coached and well-disciplined South Oak Cliff defense, and they do not commit a lot of penalties on the defensive side. I don't believe they had any laundry thrown against them there in that first half.
They did not.
this is a well-coached team, and when you have a well-coached team like that and you can come away with a turnover, it's paramount, and so those opportunities don't happen often. So if something similar like that were to happen here in the second half, Huntsville's got to take advantage of it. They've got to go out there in this first drive of the game because they do receive the second half kickoff. Obviously, they deferred the coin toss, won it, and deferred to the second half. So they got to come out and really set the tone here on offense. They have got to get some form of score here, whether it's a field goal, touchdown, something. Give your team some momentum, swing the momentum in your favor, and really put South Oak Cliff on their heels.
Yeah, that's what I was going to touch on, is you got to do something to make South Oak Cliff, just maybe second-guess some things, right? They're playing with plenty of confidence right now, number one team in 5A Division II. Of course they will. But you got to do something, maybe a big play, a big Trayshawn Brown run like we saw in the first half that got called back. Maybe you punch one in, and you make this a one-possession game late into this one. And again, if you look at their schedule, they haven't played in any close games in a long time. They've shut out most of their district opponents, blew out Terrell last week, so they're not used to playing those tight ball games. Played a few tight ones earlier on with Longview as well as Duncanville, but a chance to make things interesting. The Huntsville Hornets have that here at Waco ISD Stadium. We'll hit another break, and on the other side, you will hear the Amaya's Collision Center third quarter. 24 minutes of football remaining. Huntsville, it's do or die time for them. We hope you keep it right here for all of the action. Coming back for more, this is Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
This has been the Northside Baptist Church Huntsville Hornets halftime report. Stay tuned for more Huntsville High School football on KSAM.
Your brand is your business. Shop local with Advantage Specialties, where you will get service with a personal touch. Hello, I'm Stephanie Pitts, owner and operator of Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties offers screen printing and embroidery on site. Let Advantage Specialties get you ready for your next event with cups, apparel, caps, pins, and everything else you could need. Go to AdvantageSpecialties.com or call our team at 936-291-3222 to start that order now. Sting 'em Hornets!
Over a third of U.S. gunshot injuries are accidental shootings. Don't be gun stupid. Owning a firearm requires training. Lone Star Security and Investigations is a local, veteran-owned firearm academy offering training and certification. Learn firearm proficiency or earn your LTC or CHL. Our state-of-the-art indoor firearm simulators feature multiple scenarios to quickly improve your skills without the cost of ammunition. Lone Star Security is your best defense. Become an expert. Sign up for training today at LoneStarSecurityTX.com.
Hi, folks. Clint Mack here with Wiesner Chevy in Huntsville, and I've got some great news. From now until the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $10,500 off the factory MSRP, or take advantage of the 0% financing and still take $7,250 off the MSRP of the 2024 Chevrolet 1500 Crew Cab trucks in stock. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry to Wiesner in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerHuntsville.com.
Care Center Huntsville provides a place where individuals can find compassion and help without judgment or condemnation. Care Center provides free pregnancy testing, ultrasounds, STD testing, and much more. The goal of Care Center is to serve individuals and families with information needed to make informed, confidential health care decisions in a compassionate atmosphere. Visit CareCenterHuntsville.com to find out about the many ways they serve our area. I'm Karen Altum, publisher of Postcards Magazine, reminding you, community, it's what we do.
Ready for the second half out at Waco ISD Stadium. South Oak Cliff leads Huntsville 10-0 in this area round matchup. Winner goes to the regional semifinals to face Marshall as we're getting set to begin the Amaya's Collision Center third quarter. And it's been a good one so far. Just as a reminder, this broadcast has been copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without express written consent of 101.7 KSAM and Huntsville High School Athletics is strictly prohibited. Huntsville deferred to the second half, so they'll get the football to start the third quarter, and we are underway as it goes to the far side. It's taken in by the Hornets, taken up to the 30, and marked at around the 30-yard line. Didn't see who caught that one for the Hornets.
Looks like it was Conte over there on the right side.
Savion Conte on that far side. He wasn't the deepest back there, so he makes a good play, and that's where the Hornets will set up shop offensively. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line in the Hornets' territory.
And we talked about it. This is really make or break right here. You got to go score points here. You can't give the ball back to South Oak Cliff.
Here's Zay Adolph. It's going to be a give to Trayshawn Brown to open up the third quarter of play, and it's no gain as Trayshawn Brown was looking for a hole on the right side. He didn't find anything, and he gets no gain. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, good tackling there by the South Oak Cliff defense. Just nowhere to go there for Trayshawn Brown. They penetrate through the Hornets offensive line really well. Trayshawn Brown thankfully able to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but you can't put yourself in these 2nd and 3rd down and long situations if you're the Huntsville Hornets.
2nd and 10 from the Huntsville 35. Zay Adolph in the shotgun set. Claps his hands, will roll to the near side, looking to throw it. Looks deep down the field, and man, he had a man wide open. Josh Stanley did not have a man within about 15 yards of him, but Zay Adolph never saw him. He fires it out of bounds, incomplete, and it will be 3rd and 10.
And in a rare play there for the Huntsville offense that really just gets a man wide open. Again, we talk about the South Oak Cliff defense being so disciplined. A rare busted play there for them, but Adolph just never sees Stanley over here on our left side. Brutal play there for the Huntsville Hornets.
Zay Adolph in the gun, 3rd and 10 here. And it's going to be a free play. There's a flag down as South Oak Cliff jumped off sides. A deep ball intended for Savion Conte falls incomplete, but it will be a free 5 yards on that Lone Star Security and Investigations flag on the play. That's the first penalty on South Oak Cliff in this one.
Yeah, they've played a really good, clean football game up to this point. Not a lot of laundry there. As you said, the first penalty of the day for the Golden Bears. Gives Huntsville a free 5 yards. You would have liked to get an automatic first down there, but only 5 yards for jumping off sides. A couple of eligible Hornet receivers there. Jabari Washington also in on that throw. Could have maybe made a play, but regardless, going to bring up 3rd and manageable here for the Hornet offense.
Ball's up on the 43 receivers on the near side. Zay Adolph will drop back to pass. Looks to the near side to throw. Feels the pressure. Will scramble and will slide down about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It'll bring up 4th and short, and punt unit is coming out. We've seen some trickery from Huntsville this year. This feels like a time you might see it. I wonder if South Oak Cliff is expecting it.
Yeah, and if South Oak Cliff has watched any film on Huntsville Hornet football, they're going to know that Huntsville does like to bring out some wacky formations and go for it on 4th down with fake punts. So let's see what they do here.
It's Caleb Kulak in punt formation. He is going to boot it deep, and it's going to bounce at about the 35 and roll backwards. It takes a South Oak Cliff roll, and it will be marked at the 42-yard line. And that's where South Oak Cliff will take over offensively for the first time in this second half.
Yeah, really unfortunate bounce there for Kulak. Originally got it down to about the 35-yard line, but it just rolls right back towards the South Oak Cliff 42-yard line. Brutal break there for the Hornets special team. You're trying to flip the field there, but just gives South Oak Cliff another good starting field position.
We'll see if this Huntsville defense can pick up their first Hartfield Flores sack of the game. They've got a few tackles for losses, but no sacks just yet. Here's Kopecky, who will give it to Trotter right up the middle, and Trotter sheds a tackle and gains 12 yards into Huntsville territory. He's brought down at the 46.
Yeah, and that's Huntsville not being able to make tackle on first contact there. They did a pretty good job of it in the first half as a South Oak Cliff offensive lineman loses his helmet, so he will have to come out for a play. But again, the Hornets really need to not get back to their old ways of not being able to stop the run and not wrapping up and bringing running backs down on first contact. This is a South Oak Cliff team that likes to run the ball, so if you give them any advantage in that department, they're going to take advantage of it.
3 receivers in the formation, man in motion from right to left. It's Morton as Kopecky claps his hands with Trotter in the backfield. Flag down, play action pass, wide open over the middle is Nate Coleman, and Coleman will stroll into the end zone. We'll see what this flag is. It might be coming back, but if it's not, it's going to be a 46-yard touchdown pitch and catch for South Oak Cliff.
Let's see what the call here is from the White Hat. A couple of Hornet coaches indicating that it is on South Oak Cliff. We'll get the official call here.
Wow, no flag on the play for illegal motion, says the referee.
Wow.
Nate Coleman connects with Carter Kopecki for a 44-yard touchdown pitch and catch to make it 16-0 with 9:43 left to play here in the third quarter.
Hornet coaching staff really upset with that one. A couple of them coming towards midfield to let the White Hat know they did not like that call. Refs pick up the flag regardless, and it's a big touchdown for South Oak Cliff. Huntsville's defense really one of the first big passing plays that they've given up, minus that first one there at the end of the second quarter.
Here is Oliveira in to attempt the extra point. Snap is good, kick is up, and it is through for South Oak Cliff. 17-0 is the score early in the third quarter. South Oak Cliff leads your Huntsville Hornets. We'll hit a break. Huntsville offense coming back to work on the other side. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and sensors that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. Amaya's Collision Center at 686 I-45 has it. They're among only 15% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose Amaya's Collision Center, 686 I-45.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete lineup of rugged Ford F-Series trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Fick Ford. And at Bill Fick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. Bill and Amy would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South, or online at BillFickFordHuntsville.com.
Back out at Waco ISD Stadium, the kickoff from South Oak Cliff might have just gone out of bounds. It was caught by Braylon Phelps, but he had his feet on the sideline, so it is a free kick out of bounds. And this drive will start at the 35-yard line for the Huntsville Hornets as they trail South Oak Cliff 17-0 in the area round of the Texas High School Football Playoffs 5A Division II.
Yeah, heads-up play there by Braylon Phelps by putting his feet out of bounds. He allows the kickoff to go out of bounds. Really good play to get the Hornets good starting field position at a time where they need points. I mean, we talk about last drive needing points. Now you need points. You need to score right here. You cannot allow South Oak Cliff to get the ball back and really just milk the clock down here in the third quarter.
And as a reminder, fans, Huntsville Hornet football has been brought to you all season long by Bill Fick Ford. 5 wide receivers in the formation. Man in motion, that's Trayshawn Brown from left to right. It's a play-action fake. Adolph will take a deep shot downfield. He's got his man at the 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Jabri Washington, 65 yards, and the Hornets answer right back.
Well, you talk about an answer. The Huntsville offense did just about everything right there. First play from scrimmage on their drive. A big throw to Jabari Washington, number 21. The receiver, the senior wide receiver, just makes a big play. Adolph able to find the hole in the defense. Great blocking by the Hornet offensive line, giving Adolph time to step into that throw. Wow, what an answer there for Huntsville, Nick.
And here comes Caleb Kulak to attempt the extra point. Really like how Adolph just stepped into that throw and hit Jabari in stride, and he was off to the races. Here's the snap, kick is up, and it is through. It's 17-7, back to a 10-point game after a one-play, 65-yard drive. And that is a Wiesner of Huntsville touchdown and a Nelson Amaya's Collision Center extra point. That was good. We'll hit a break here. More third quarter action coming up on the other side. This is Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
This is BJ McMichael, and I am a proud 1993 Hornet graduate and 1998 Bearcat graduate. I am also the Minister of Students and Outreach at University Heights Baptist Church. Here at University Heights, we are connected to Christ and the community. We also offer small groups and activities for every age and stage. Be sure to check us out online at uhbc.net or download our UHBC app in the Apple or Android store today. Sting 'em, Hornets!
Hi, I'm Michael Murray with Murray Insurance and Financial Services. Our family agency has been representing the Huntsville and Walker County area since the 1930s. It can help you prepare for your future with your financial planning needs, along with the unexpected with life, health, long-term care, and disability insurance needs. Please give us a call at 1-800-695-LIFE. Our email is mike@murrayservices.net. Eat 'em up, cat.
The Diana K. Barnes State Farm Insurance kickoff from Caleb Kulak goes out of bounds. So Huntsville will start first and 10 at their own 30-yard line. It's 17-7. Oh, they're actually going to elect to re-kick here. Yeah, so Coach Jason Todd elects to re-kick instead of get the ball at the 30, so that's what will happen here.
Interesting call there. Maybe he sees something we don't. Not sure why you wouldn't want to take advantage of that. Maybe he sees the special teams making good returns all day, just giving them a chance to re-kick. But while they do that re-kick, we're going to go ahead and shout out some more of our wonderful sponsors who make these broadcasts possible. Northside Baptist Church, growing people in Christ to reach others for Christ. Wiesner of Huntsville, home of the bottom line. Amaya's Collision Center, family owned and operated since 1999. And Moke & Moke Attorneys at Law for your real estate planning or business law needs. Call Moke & Moke Attorneys at Law, serving Huntsville since 1971.
So Kulak's not exactly sure where he needs to set up. He'll set it up at the 35-yard line. Now he's good to go. And another Diana K. Barnes State Farm Insurance kickoff coming up for you here. It's 17-7 South Oak Cliff over Huntsville. 9:30 left to play and whistles blow once again. And there's a delay of game on the Huntsville Hornet kickoff unit. So that will back up Huntsville 5 more yards.
So Hornets just can't stay out of their own way.
Well, I don't really blame Kulak there because he was kind of unsure if the play clock has started, and rarely do you see a delay of game on a kickoff, but indeed the play clock does run. So he'll boot it from the 30 here. This Diana K. Barnes State Farm Insurance kickoff is away, and it's muffed once again by Levon Morton. He picks it up at his own 10, has to make some men miss, and he does just that. He's at the 15, has some blockers, 20, 25, 30, and he's got plenty of men in front of him. 50, kicker to beat. He does that. 30, 20, and he's going to go. No, well, flag does finally come down, but it might be on. We'll see who this is on, but that's a 90-yard kickoff return from South Oak Cliff. It's a block in the back by South Oak Cliff. So that will come back. No touchdown on the return. What a job by Morton nonetheless. My goodness. But South Oak Cliff will be set up in Hornet territory. We'll see where they mark him. The foul was committed around inside the 30 to 40, somewhere in there.
Yeah, just really, really bad tackling there. Yeah, again, this is a well-coached team. Things like that don't happen often, and you could have potentially pinned them inside the 10-yard line, Nick. And now, in Hornet territory, you have got to make those tackles on special teams. And South Oak Cliff is going to get the ball in your own territory off of a muffed kickoff.
Yeah, they got it at the 37 is where the penalty was committed. So it's Carter Kopecki and Ricky Giles in the backfield, 2 receivers in the formation. Giles will get the carry. He takes it left side and powers his way through the Hornet defense. He's got an 11-yard gain inside the 30, marked at the 26, first down for South Oak Cliff.
And if you're the Huntsville defense, you can't buckle down here and allow South Oak Cliff to get these big gash plays, 10, 11, 6+ yards. You've got to buckle down here, especially when they're getting closer to the red zone.
Kopecki lines the troops up quickly. with Giles in the backfield with him. It's a read option give to Giles, right side. Lots of space. He's at the 15, 10, hurdles, and a flag is thrown as he's out of bounds at the 3-yard line. And here's the call for the penalty. And it's a hold on South Oak Cliff. That's a Lone Star Security and Investigations flag on the play. And again, the penalty on number 10, Torian Teague, the junior wide receiver.
Yeah, it looks like Teague just got a little too antsy out there with the Huntsville defense. Again, they are South Oak Cliff, very well-disciplined team. If you're the Hornet defense, you've got to take advantage of them finally getting some laundry here on the field.
It's net 0 on that play as they're back at the original line of scrimmage, so it's like the play never even happened. 1st and 10 from the Huntsville 26. Kopecky in the gun. Ricky Giles to his left, another give to Giles. He'll take it right side, barrels over a tackler, but finally popped out of bounds by a few Hornets. Shiloh Jones is there, Drake Jackson, the senior linebacker, there as well.
And way to go for the way to secure the outside there by both of those defenders for Huntsville. Looks like he broke an initial tackle there on McCork Norman, and it looks like he had a bit of open field, but great way to seal the edge there for the Huntsville defense. No gain on the play for South Oak Cliff.
2nd and 10 from the 26 for South Oak Cliff. Here's the snap, and it's an RPO. It will be pass, and oh my goodness, Huntsville catches a huge break as Kopecky had a wide open man on that far pylon, but Kopecky misses him. It falls incomplete, and it will be 3rd and 10.
And shout out to Fred Oladelli there, making him get a bit of an awkward throw there. Lays a big hit there as another South Oak Cliff offensive lineman loses his head. They got to button down those shin straps. That's Byron Abner, the big old lineman, the 6'2", 290 senior. Going to need him on a pivotal 3rd down play. But yeah, good play there by Oladelli, making Kopecky throw a bit of an awkward pass. Huntsville does catch a break, though, as he was wide open.
So 3rd and 10 from the Huntsville 26. Kopecky claps his hands. It's a give to Trotter, and Trotter has the edge. He has 1st down yardage. He's at the 10 and gets stood up on that far side by Brent Carroll and pushed out of bounds. And another 3rd down conversion there, running the football for South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, good outside run there by Trotter, just able to get around the Hornet defense. And shout out to the South Oak Cliff receivers out there on the left side, blocking really well for Trotter. They're able to get a big gain into the red zone of the Huntsville Hornets, down at the 8-yard line.
1st and goal for the Golden Bears. 2 receivers on the far side, none to the near side. H-back flexed off the right side of the line. Man in motion, but it's a give up the middle to Trotter, and Trotter will get nothing, or maybe a yard if that. Sets up 2nd and goal.
Good play recognition there. Looked like Kopecky was going to keep it there on the little read option play, but a late handoff there to Trotter. Huntsville not fooled by the late handoff, able to make a good open field tackle, limit him to a really, really short 1-yard gain there.
You got to give Huntsville some credit. They've been really stingy inside the Murray Insurance and Financial Services red zone. Haven't allowed too many points, only 3 points in the red zone. I take that back, 10 points in the red zone. As the 2nd and goal play is a give to the right side to Trotter, and Trotter gains about 4, and he's down around the 3-yard line, so that will be 3rd and goal from there. And you got to think this is 4-down territory all day for Jason Todd and the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears.
Yeah, we'll see what the call is depending on how much they get on this 3rd down play, but you'd like to think that if South Oak Cliff does not get a touchdown here, they're going to go for it, but really try to take all the air out of the Huntsville defense if they can score on a 4th down and even chew up more of that clock.
Halfway through the 3rd quarter, 3rd and goal at the 4-yard line. It's a give left side, still fighting at the goal line, and is he in? Ball came out, no call yet, and he's going to be short. A yard short was the ball carrier.
Ooh.
And it'll be 4th and goal.
Looks like they signaled touchdown.
Oh, did they? Oh my goodness, ball was fumbled into the end zone and recovered by South Oak Cliff. Touchdown.
Man.
That makes it 23-7 with 5:50 left to play in the 3rd quarter.
Not a team that fumbles the football a lot. South Oak Cliff, very disciplined when they run the ball.
When they fumble the ball, it turns into a touchdown.
Man, yeah, and if that's just a heartbreaker for the Huntsville defense, as Rodney Southern wants to call here from the White Hat. Just a bit of a confusing play there. It looked like the initial line judge marked him short at about the 1 yard line, and then the other official came in hot and said that they scored a touchdown. So it looks like it is a fumble. So we get the replay here on the big screen. It was a fumble by South Oak Cliff, recovered by the offense. Wow, tough break for the Huntsville defense. You finally are able to strip the ball out of the ball carrier's hand and just doesn't go your way.
Call stands, though. Here's the extra point from Oliveira. It's up, and it is through to make it 24-7, pardon me, with 5:50 left to play in the third quarter. We'll hit a break here, and Huntsville offense will come back out with some work to do on the other side. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville has immediate openings for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants. Service technicians that are ASE certified are preferred but not required. Looking for a great career? Wiesner Huntsville is looking for service technicians, body shop, and sales consultants, and complete benefits are included. So go by today and apply. Take exit 116 on I-45 North and go past 11th Street in Huntsville. Wiesner Chevrolet in Huntsville is hiring.
24-7 is our score with 5:50 to play in the third quarter. Braylon Phelps takes the kickoff at his 10, tries to break a tackle, but get back to the 12, and that is it. It's a long field upcoming here for the Huntsville Hornets. And as a reminder, we're coming back for another season of Huntsville Hornet and Lady Hornet basketball. District matchups will be broadcasted with live video coverage exclusively on the 101.7 KSAM YouTube channel. Stay tuned for our social media for more updates as we close in on another great year of Hornet and Lady Hornet hoops. 1st and 10 from the 14 is where they have it marked for Zay Adolph and this Hornet offense. First play from scrimmage will be a Trayshawn Brown run to the right side, and he's going to lose about 5 yards. That South Oak Cliff defensive line was there immediately.
Wow, and yeah, and man, just not a lot of time left in this game. You got almost think that Huntsville needs to really start throwing the ball more. If you get an incompletion, you stop the clock. That's the big thing on these runs that don't go anywhere, is that the clock is going to continue to run. If you want to get back in this game, you've got to move the ball, and you've got to move it quick.
He connected on a big one last time out, a 65-yard touchdown pass from Zay Adolph to, it was Jabari Washington, pardon me, as the 2nd and 13 play goes for no gain. It was a carry to the right side. And once again, South Oak Cliff meets him there.
Yeah, just nothing there on the quarterback power. It was a designed run for Adolph all the way, trying to be patient, trying to follow his blocks, but just nothing open. Going to bring up a 3rd and long here for the Huntsville offense. Really do or die right here.
3rd and 13 back at the Huntsville 11-yard line. 3 receivers spread out on the wide side of the field. Adolph feels the pressure, and he'll tuck it and run. Adolph with a lot of open space. He's right at the marker. He gets popped. Does he have enough?
Looks like he's a little short.
Maybe half a yard short. And yeah, he is short. Not enough for that Moke and Moke attorneys at law first down. But Coach Southern still has that offense on the field. And man, I feel like
big call here.
Yeah, you gotta.
And here comes this jumbo package that they like to run with Shiloh Jones and Jaden Bradford, the defensive lineman and the linebacker, respectively.
10 on the play clock. They got to get set in a hurry as Zay Adolph looks like he's going to go under center. Trayshawn Brown will dot the I. 4th and inches. 1 on the play clock. They do give it to Brown. Brown met at the line. Sock thinks they have him stopped.
And it looks like they do.
No call yet. Here's the spot.
Short. Looks like it might be a little short.
Wonder if they'll measure. Still no official call. Here. They're going to measure it.
Huntsville's defense immediately ran out onto the field. Looks like they might have marked it short, but they want a measurement. Let's see.
They haven't moved the chains yet from the sideline, and now they'll start to walk it off. It looks like from where we sit, obviously we're not straight on, so we can't really see. He needed to get
it is
to the 34.5 yard line, and where they have it marked right now, it's at the 34.
So close. It is.
They still haven't moved the chains, and now they'll start to walk them off.
They are
into the field.
They are looking at this one close. If you could see it live, folks, we're just as confused as you are. Let's see. Chain gang comes out.
Here's the measurement. Any short sock football at the Huntsville 34, and that hurts. Down 3 scores. It's 24-7. With 3:40 left to play in the third quarter, Huntsville defense needs to stand up right now.
Yeah, if you're the Huntsville defense, you've got to force a turnover, big sack, TFL, something here to give yourself just a fighting chance. That is a heartbreaker for the Hornet offense to not pick up a fourth and really less than an inch.
So here comes the Sauk offense back onto the field. Connor Kopecky will take the snap and give it up the middle to Morton. Morton has his offensive line pushing him, and he gets inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. Gain of 5.
There's those gash run plays for South Oak Cliff, just those short, almost body punches in boxing. They just really wear a defense down. If you're the Huntsville defense, you've got to come up with a big TFL here, something. Give your team a little bit of life and momentum.
South Oak Cliff, again, controlling the clock. They've done this well all game long, especially on their opening drive where they they used up about 7 minutes of clock en route to a touchdown. Here's the 2nd and 5 from the Huntsville 18. Kopecky claps his hands, and it's a give up the middle. Oh, my goodness. Morton squirts through into the end zone. The Hornets were there in the backfield, and Kopecky gave it off at the very last moment, and Morton shoots through the middle into the end zone. Touchdown, South Oak Cliff. It's 30-7, Golden Bears.
Man, and that was the TFL you needed if you're the Huntsville defense. And Kopecky, as you talked about, just a late last-second handoff to Morton. Easy touchdown, just squirts through that Huntsville defensive secondary. Wow.
Extra point pending here. If it goes through it, we'll make it 31-7. And it's been all South Oak Cliff here in this third quarter as it's up and through. 31-7, our new score. 2:48 left to play in the third quarter. Golden Bears lead. More action on the other side. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
Exceeding all expectations for 3 generations, you can call us day or night.
As we sail into colder weather, get your HVAC system tuned up from McWilliams Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Available 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week with no overtime fees to help with heating, cooling, plumbing, and now generators. Visit callmcwilliams.com to schedule online. 936-209-1844.
We're not comfortable until you are.
Where there's a will, there's a way, as the saying goes. But where there's no will, there's absolutely no way your last wishes will be known. You need to get serious about your estate and call Sam Moak at Moak & Moak to get your estate, will, and other documents updated now. Without a will and proper estate plan, the government decides with probate. You've put it off long enough. Sam A. Moak's practice is focused on estate planning, probate, elder law, real estate, and transactional law. Practical wisdom, trusted advice, and personal service. Moak & Moak, attorneys at law.
Back out at Waco ISD Stadium. 31-7 is our score. Kickoff went out of bounds, and the ball will be placed at the 30-yard line. And that's where this Huntsville offense takes over. Again, needing a score big time as they went for it on 4th and short and couldn't convert. Here's some sponsors we have to thank.
Yeah, let's give this season of Huntsville Hornet is presented by Bill Fick Ford. No bull, just good deals. Heritage Oak Funeral Home, where heritage meets home, your hometown funeral home. Frank's Taco Station in Riverside, Country Kitchen, Tacos and More, and Nelson Amaya's Collision Center. Honest work, quality service.
And actually, Coach Southern elects to re-kick. So they will do just that. As Huntsville, again, needing a rally late in this area round matchup in the 5A Division II Texas High School Football Playoffs. South Oak Cliff looking poised to advance into the regional semis to face Marshall if they hold on here. But about 14 minutes remaining for Huntsville to do some work. They'll get the football here after Cesar Oliveira kicks it off, and he does just that. It looks like it might go out of bounds once again, and indeed it does. Another free kick out of bounds. We'll see if Coach Southern wants him to kick again.
That was close. It almost bounced all the way back in the end zone.
Yeah, they're going to re-kick, so back them up. 5 more yards.
Yeah, and if you're Huntsville, head coach Rodney Southern, you're looking for any advantage you can give your team right now. So these kicks out of bounds, 5 yards, 5 yards. Just give yourself these free yardages, set your offense up in an easier position. It is still technically, let me if I can do my math here, it is a 4-score game, so you've got to score, and you've got to score quick if you're Huntsville.
And that was back-to-back Lone Star Security and Investigations flags. South Oak Cliff pretty disciplined in the first quarter, a little bit sloppier here in the second half, but offensively they haven't been sloppy by any means. They got 3 scores on the board, and it's 31-7 with 2:48 left to play in the third quarter.
See if third time's the charm here for South Oak Cliff.
Oliveira has it teed up at the 30-yard line, signals he's ready, and here comes the pooch. And it's going to go to Braylon Phelps. He has trouble with it, but corrals it at the 20. He's at the 30, fights through a tackle all the way down to around the 37-yard line, and Phelps got popped pretty good.
A little bit of extra.
He's trying to limp on out of there. And that is where this Huntsville offense will take over.
Still separating players a little bit. There we go. A little bit of extracurriculars after the play, but it's football. Always going to be a little bit of a hard game.
High emotions here in the area round of the playoffs for sure. As no flags on the play, we're all good to go. Ball will be marked at the 35. And that's where Zay Adolph and the Huntsville offense will go to work. 3 receivers in the formation. Trayshawn Brown in the backfield with Adolph to his left. And Jerry Singletary flexed off the line to the left. Now motion to the right. And here's a snap give to Brown, right side. Brown is at the 45, spins around, and he's about a yard short of the first down marker. That'll be 2nd and about 1. Good run there on first down by the junior back.
Yeah, the important thing is there he got out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock here. If you're Huntsville, you've got to use those sidelines on this drive. If you are going to continue to run the ball and try to get Trayshawn Brown going, you've got to make sure that he uses the sideline and gets out of bounds so that this clock can stop and they can talk it over a little bit in the huddle.
Huntsville moving right to left on your radio dial. Here's the snap. Play action fake. Zay Adolph feels the pressure. He's got to run, and he just fires this one out of bounds. Great pressure there from Leighton Henderson, the junior defensive lineman, 6'3", 225, got in the backfield quick.
Yeah, credit to the South Oak Cliff defensive line there. They were not fooled by the play fake by Adolph, able to get into the backfield and just nothing open for the young freshman quarterback. Not the ideal situation you want to put your young guy in. Bunch of guys in his face.
3rd and 1 here from the Huntsville 47. Trayshawn Brown, that is Jacavian Burks. No, that's Brown who does get the carry, and he does have enough for Moke and Moke attorneys at law. First down, he's past the 50, down around the 45.
Huntsville Good run there by Trayshawn Brown, able to get the first down, but Huntsville needs to watch the clock here and be very, very apparent of it. You're down 4 scores. You need to get this offense going a little bit quicker than Rodney Souther's got them going right now.
Going to be under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter when they snap this football. As Adolph comes to the line. 4 receivers in the formation. Split wide on both sides. Jarius Singletary flexed off the right side of the line. Adolph drops back to pass, looking deep down the field. Tries to direct traffic. He'll tuck it and run. Will pick up about 5 as he takes off out of bounds down to the 35-yard line.
Smart play there by Adolph. You know, a lot of young guys would try to force something downfield with their arm, try to be hero, but say Adolph recognizes nothing's open, don't need to turn the ball over here, just get a quick 4 or 5 yards, get out of bounds, stop the clock. Let's talk this one over.
It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 37. 31-7 is our score. A minute 42 left to play in the third quarter. South Oak Cliff leads Huntsville. Adolph sends Trayshawn Brown in motion. 4 receivers in the formation now with Singletary flex off the line. Adolph will look to pass, finds Trayshawn Brown, but in and out of the hands and incomplete. That will set up 3rd and manageable here.
Yeah, and a clean pocket there for Adolph, just offline on his throw there to Trayshawn Brown. Steps into the throw, but it throws it behind him. Not sure what affected that throw there. He had a pretty clean pocket, just some of the things that come with a young freshman quarterback not able to make that throw.
Adolph looking over to the sideline for the play call. 15 on the play clock as Adolph breaks the huddle.
This is absolutely 4-down territory here.
Oh, yeah, it's 4-down territory the rest of the ball game, no matter where you are. Here's Adolph dropping back to pass. He'll look deep down the field, throws into double coverage, and it's intercepted at the goal line. And actually, it was picked off at the 2. That's where forward progress will be stopped. Interception made on that far side. Can't quite see that number just yet. I believe it's 29. Picked off by Ricky Giles, the 2-way player. He's run the football a lot, has a touchdown. Now he has an interception as the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears will have 98 yards to go, and that does not bode well for Huntsville because that means they can chew a lot of clock. Minute 31 left to play in the third quarter. And the Huntsville defense will come on to the field. You can't blame Adolph there. Just got to make something happen, and took a chance and didn't pay off.
Yeah, and he looked like the receiver that might have had a step there. Just good play recognition there by, again, we talk about it, Giles. Good play recognition, able to see where the ball was placed and make a play on the ball. Tough break for the Hornet offense. Almost feels backbreaking to give up the ball in that situation.
South Oak Cliff will come out in their goal line formation as Carter Kopecky will be in the shotgun with Mikkel Trotter in the backfield behind him, but really heavy on that offensive line. 5 on the play clock. H-back flexed off the left side of the line. It's going to be a read option keeper, and they give it to Trotter right up the middle, who gains about 2. A little bit more breathing room for the Golden Bears as it's up to the 4-yard line.
And if you're Huntsville, you can't allow them to pick up a first down on this series, allow them to waste more clock. You got to get a stop right here, right now, force them to punt, give yourself good field position if you want a fighting chance in this one.
And now I imagine, well, no, as I say that, Kopecky drops back and he's ready for the snap. I was going to say I would be surprised if they snap it with more than 15 on the play clock. They snap it with 12 that time, and it's a give right up the middle to Trotter. He gains about 3 more up to the 8, and that is where it'll be about 3rd and 5 for South Oak Cliff.
Yeah, and it brings up a 3rd and unfortunately manageable for the South Oak Cliff offense if you're Huntsville. Just need to get them off the field here on 3rd down. Expect South Oak Cliff to continue to run the ball here, run the clock. I don't see any reason why they would throw it. But you got to be prepared just in case they do. Huntsville's got to stay disciplined here. No jumping off sides, anything like that.
10 on the play clock, 5 on the play clock, and they haven't even come set yet. Wonder if they'll burn a timeout here. No, they won't. Oh, they will, as Jason Todd finally gets that timeout in, and he's not happy on that far sideline. He turns to his assistant coaches and said, what's going on there? Well, we'll keep it right here as there's 8 seconds remaining in the quarter in the Heritage Oak Funeral Home. Fourth quarter coming up after this. It's 31-7 South Oak Cliff over Huntsville. Houston, if we have more sponsors to shout out, let's take some time for them here.
Yeah, this season of Huntsville Hornet football brought to you by Advantage Specialties. Advantage Specialties is your one-stop shop for business promotional needs in Huntsville. Murray Insurance and Financial Services, an agency you can trust. University Heights Baptist Church, cultivating people who make Jesus known through the lives we live and conversations we have. Huntsville Independent School District, it's a great day to be a Hornet. We are building champions, everyone, every day. And this season of Huntsville Hornet football is presented by Bill Fick Ford. No bull, just good deals.
Nick Savage and Houston Hardcastle filling in for Carlos and Jason. Justin Hardcastle is our executive producer up in the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. Out of the timeout, it's a 3rd and 4 from the South Oak Cliff 8 for the Golden Bears. They line up in the pistol. Here's the snap. It's a give up the middle to Trotter, and Trotter has first down yardage. He's past the 20, down at the 22-yard line, and that will be the final play of this third quarter. South Oak Cliff has a long way to go, a lot of clock to chew as they lead by a lot. 31-7 is our score. Fourth quarter coming up. You're listening to Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
I'm Jerry Larson at Reliable Auto Parts, your auto parts plus store in Huntsville, Texas. Having great products, excellent quality, and outstanding prices. This is what you can expect from Reliable Parts, where you can purchase all your car care products, maintenance supplies, and auto parts. Our services and in-house store offerings are designed to keep your vehicle and motorized machine in proper working condition. Reliable Parts, your auto parts store, 1011 11th Street, Huntsville, 295-5747.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the UIL and the Texas High School Athletic Directors Association.
This is the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, 101.7 KSAM Huntsville, and on the KSAM mobile app, Sting 'em Hornets.
We begin the Heritage Oak Funeral Home fourth quarter with a run to the left side for South Oak Cliff. Gains a couple of yards and sets up second down. In South Oak Cliff territory, they lead Huntsville, 31-7 here in the area round. Golden Bears looking to advance to the regional semis to face down Marshall next week if this score holds. Huntsville defense needs a quick stop here if they want anything to say about that. As it's Carter Kopecky, the quarterback, in the backfield with Ricky Giles to his left. Now sends him in motion. It'll be a quick screen to Giles, and he'll catch it at the 20, turn upfield, and has first down yardage, breaks a few tackles, and is finally ripped down after a big gain of about 30 near the 50-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 48.
Good play design there by the South Oak Cliff Bears, able to just get Giles in space, throw a little screen pass out to him towards the right side. Giles able to break a few tackles, get down to near the 50-yard line. And here comes this South Oak Cliff offense. They're really chugging along here.
Gain of 24 on that pitch and catch. As Kopecky gets the troops to the line. 3 receivers in the formation. 1 tight end on that far side of the offensive line. And once again, Giles motioned out of the backfield. And here's a throw complete. Nate Coleman's off and running to the 20, the 15, 10, and is roped down at the 5-yard line by Braylon Phelps in pursuit. Another big gainer from the 48 down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and busted coverage there for the Huntsville defense over here on our left side. Just no one within 10 feet of him. He's wide open was Nate Coleman, the 6'2 junior wide receiver, just able to get into the soft spot of the Huntsville defense. Big play for the South Oak Cliff Bears. Looks like they might punch it in here again to really put the nail in the coffin here today.
They're set up first and goal at the 6. Kopecky snaps the ball, gives it to Giles, actually a play action fake. Kopecky throws the football. It's complete on that far side, but stopped at the 1-yard line is the receiver, Torian Teague. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1.
Yeah, and a good tackle there by the Huntsville defense on the 1-yard line. Teague trying to fight forward into the end zone. If Huntsville wants any chance in this football game, they have got to get a stop here. If not, that will pretty much put the stamp on this one.
Got to get a turnover, you'd think.
Turnover, anything.
Here's a 2nd and goal. Giles lined up offset left to Kopecky, and it's a give to Giles. He fights forward. I don't know if they're going to give it to him.
Looks like they're going to mark him just short.
Yeah.
Looks like he got about half a yard there.
Huntsville defense standing up here on the goal line. It'll be 3rd and goal.
3rd and goal from about the half-inch yard line. That is really close, less than a credit card's distance away from that end zone. It is really close. See if Huntsville can get a stop here on 3rd down.
Kopecky most likely going to see the heavy package here for South Oak Cliff. It'll be shotgun set, offensive line offset to the left, 5 on the play clock with Giles in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's going to be a fade ball to the near side, and it's incomplete. Good coverage by Braylon Phelps, and it will be 4th and goal. And Jason Todd thinking over there. Offense is still out there. You'd think if they were going to kick, they'd have already made that decision, and the kickoff or the kicking unit would be coming on. But offense will stay out there. Here's your chance, Huntsville.
Yeah, this is really the last life of breath here for the Huntsville defense. If they can get a stop here, maybe.
4th and goal from the 1. Here's the snap. Give to Giles up the middle, and he pulls his way in. Touchdown, South Oak Cliff. And it's 37-7. 8:28 left to play in the 4th quarter.
Yep, that was really the last breath of life there for the Hornets. That is probably going to seal this one, as it is pretty much an insurmountable lead here for the South Oak Cliff Golden Bears. Just not able to take advantage of a lot today was Huntsville. 37-7 game.
Giles with his 2nd touchdown run of the night. Extra point pending. It is up and through to make it 38-7. South Oak Cliff leads Huntsville. We'll hit a break on the other side. Huntsville Hornets will get the football. Be back after this timeout on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Huntsville ISD is the best place for children to be. We offer a full-day pre-K center to advanced career and college options, along with a variety of extracurricular activities and award-winning fine arts, band and athletics programs, an excellent child nutrition and bus transportation services, bilingual ESL and GT programs, special education services, and a career and technical education program that provides multiple certification and licensing options for students. Visit huntsville-isd.org. It's a great day to be a Hornet. We're building champions, everyone, every day.
38-7, our new score here. 8:28 left to play in the 4th quarter. South Oak Cliff Golden Bears lead your Huntsville Hornets, as the Hornets will get the football here with some work to do, to say the least, if they want to keep the season alive. As back deep to receive, Braylon Phelps and Trayshawn Brown. Phelps, the senior. Possibly seen him last time in a Hornet uniform. A lot of seniors maybe looking to cherish his final 8 minutes in the ball game, as this kickoff goes to Braylon Phelps. He takes it at his 5. He gets it up to the 20 and is shoved out of bounds there. And that is where things will come to rest, as some South Oak Cliff guys need to get out of there.
Yep, and there's some high tensions here as the Huntsville bench rushes over. Got to keep your emotions in check here at the end of the game. It's
Great job by everyone down there to clear things out. Nothing went awry as the South Oak Cliff players and the Huntsville players separate. Again, little frustration probably from Huntsville. South Oak Cliff feeling pretty good in this one. Huntsville will have the football at their own 24 is where they mark it after the return from Phelps.
Let's see if Huntsville's offense just kind of really see your identity next year of what you have with this team on this offensive drive with Adolph at quarterback. He's going to be fun to watch develop in these next few years. South Oak Cliff making some late
finally getting their defense out there.
Very late defensive substitutions there for the Golden Bears. And there we go.
Now we're ready for play. 1st and 10 at the 24 for Huntsville. 4 receivers in the formation. Trayshawn Brown motions from right to left, and it's a Zay Adolph keeper. He powers past the 30 down near the first down marker. And it might be enough for a no, just a yard short. Not enough for a first down.
About a half a yard short. Looks like the far side judge marked it short, but the chain gang on closest to us has moved. A little bit of confusion here.
A little bit of urgency here from the Huntsville offense as this 2nd and short play is a pass complete right in front of the sticks. It's enough for a Moke and Moke. Attorneys at law first down, and turning it upfield is Marcus Lewis. He gains about 10 past the 40 up to the 41.
Good step and throw there by Zay Adolph to Marcus Lewis. Just a really good protection there by the Hornet offensive line. Adolph able to find his man. Not a big pass, but gets a first down.
4 receivers in the formation. Singletary flex off the right side of the line, and Zay Adolph will run it to the right side. He powers his way out of bounds for a gain of about 5. That'll set up 2nd and 5 and stop the clock.
Yeah, and if you're the Hornets, you got to stop the clock here if you want any sort of chance in this game. Zay Adolph smartly runs out of bounds there, stops the clock, gives them some time to discuss what they want to do here.
Adolph looks over to the sideline and gets the play. He'll be alone in the backfield once again. 4 receivers in the formation. Here's a snap as Adolph will drop back to pass, fires over the middle and overshoots his intended target. He was looking for Hunter Lorenz, the senior wide receiver.
Yeah, and had Lorenz open in the middle of the field. Lorenz just breaks a little bit too early on his route. Adolph and him had a little bit of a miscommunication there. It looked like Lorenz not expecting the ball, tried to put his hands out, get his mittens on it, maybe try and haul it in, but just an incomplete pass there for the Hornet offense that really needs to get the ball moving here.
The 3rd and 5. Trayshawn Brown in the backfield with Adolph. Here's the snap, give to Brown. He's going to run it right side and will fight his way forward enough for another Moke and Moke attorneys at law. First down into South Oak Cliff territory at the 48.
Looks like Trayshawn Brown's helmet came off there on the play again. A couple of helmets flying here tonight in Waco ISD. So he's going to have to check out there for a play.
Clock is running, about to hit the halfway mark in the 4th quarter as Zay Adolph will sling one over to the near side. It's complete to Jacavion Burks, and he's just short of the first down marker. Pickup of 9 there for the sophomore.
Yeah, good throw there to Burks, who was wide open. Didn't really have a South Oak defender anywhere near him. Able to get a couple nice yards there for the first down play. Bring up a 2nd and short here for the Hornets.
2nd and 1 to be exact on the South Oak Cliff 39, pardon me, as the carry up the middle for Jacavion Burks is good enough for the Moke and Moke attorneys at law. First down and a good little drive going here for Huntsville, but they got to connect on something quick here as we are officially past that halfway point. 5:59 and ticking on that game clock here in the 4th.
Yeah, and we'll see if head coach Rodney Southern is just content to run the ball out and kind of just get out of here injury-free.
Here's the 1st and 10 pass. What a catch. It's out of bounds, unfortunately, but Savion Conte with the one-handed snag. What a pretty catch that was.
Yeah, and what a career he's had for his 4 years here at Huntsville. Just a really, really nice catch there. It is unfortunately out of bounds, not able to keep a foot down there over on his right, but really good throw, really good catch there by Conte, which is unable to stay in bounds.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the South Oak Cliff 36. 4 receivers running routes as, oh, there's pressure on Adolph, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage for a sack. That's DeWaylon Butler, the senior defensive lineman.
Yeah, good play there by Butler. Not fooled by Adolph trying to shake him off, able to bring him down into the turf. Going to bring up another 3rd and country mile here for the Huntsville offense.
So 3rd and 15. Back to the Sock 41. Adolph claps his hands, rolls to his right, looking to throw. Nobody open, and was looking for Singletary, but it falls incomplete, in and out of the hands, and it'll be 4th and 15. And again, you're going to go for it, I imagine, here, if you are Coach Rodney Southern.
Yeah, see if he keeps the offense, which he does. You got to go for it here in this situation. Maybe try to get a big play. Watch the sticks. If you're the South Oak defense, they're just looking at those sticks right now. Excuse me, making sure Huntsville doesn't pick this up.
4 receivers split out wide. Singletary flexed off the left side of the offensive line, and movement as we have a Lone Star Security and Investigations flag on the play. It'll be a false start. Back up Huntsville 5 yards.
Yeah, talk about 4th and a country half mile, now 4th and a country mile. 4th and 20 here for the Huntsville offense that needs to score quick.
They're back to the 46-yard line in Sock territory now. Trayshawn Brown to the left of Zay Adolph. Man in motion from right to left. Here's the snap. Adolph looking to throw. Feels the pressure, escapes to the left side, and he'll just run it. And he's met at the original line of scrimmage by that Sock defense. And it will be 4th and 10. Or pardon me, it'll be turnover on downs. As South Oak Cliff will take over from there. As there is a slow Golden Bear getting off the turf. Little injury there. As he works his way up. And will limp off the field. That is Darian Cornelius. But again, the turnover on downs back to the South Oak Cliff offense. They'll take over at their own 37 with 4:51 remaining in the ballgame. They lead 38-7.
Yeah, and you like to imagine South Oak Cliff is just going to run the ball out here, get out of here, knock on wood, injury-free.
And they do have a backup quarterback out there. Can't quite see the number, but it is not Carter Kopecky, who had a nice ball game tonight. It's number 19, Leighton Henderson, who will hand the football off up the middle. And that'll be a gain of 3 yards, sets up 2nd down.
Yeah, not much there going for the South Oak Cliff defense. They're content to just kind of run this ball out, run the clock, get out of here with a win. Probably not going to open up the playbook much here on this drive.
Yeah, the second stringers are in for South Oak Cliff as Braden Burns is the running back alongside Leighton Henderson. 2nd and 7 from the Sock 40 for the Golden Bears. Henderson sends a man in motion from left to right, claps his hands, and it will be a give up the middle once again. And spinning off a few tackles is Braden Burns for another gain of about 5. Sets up 3rd and short, just shy of the 50-yard line.
Yeah, nice run there by Burns. Senior back, able to get in the game, make a little bit of an impact, able to break a couple tackles, bring up a 3rd and short here for the South Oak Cliff offense. Just pick up a 1st down and really milk that clock.
Zach Moss, Jaden Tubbs, Noah Cummings, Jordan Ross, some of those seniors on that Hornet defensive line. Shiloh Jones, McCorrick Norman, Cooper Hooks, Destin Zappoli, Drake Jackson, those senior linebackers for the Hornets. We'll get to that secondary after this 3rd and 2. It's a give up the middle enough for the 1st down, and that will keep the Sock drive alive as that Hornet defense is still hitting hard out there. As South Oak Cliff will have a fresh set of downs. Claudio Alvarenga, cornerback, Raylan Brown, plays in the secondary for the Hornets as Xavier Scott III. That's Peyton Pryor as well, the senior defensive back. Braylon Phelps, Kenny Lewis, Emmanuel Aminqua. Some of those Hornets most likely playing their final ball game in the Hornet uniform. As it's 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line. And another run up the middle here from South Oak Cliff as they're just trying to bleed this clock. Braden Burns picks up 5 more. Yeah. And if I'm forgetting anyone, Houston, believe me, or go ahead and shout them out as, again, a great career for this senior class wrapping up here tonight.
Yeah, just a great senior class that they have. Paul Nelson, tight end, the offensive line. You've got Caleb Williams, Brian Parker Jr., Cortez Bunch. Just a couple names there. Jordan Ross on the defensive line. Obviously have contributed a lot to Huntsville's success over their 4 years here. We do thank them for all their time here at Huntsville football.
Here's a 2nd and 5 run up the middle once again by Burns. Enough for first down yardage to keep this drive alive. And the clock will roll. I think they could kneel it out now.
Yeah, it looks like they have just enough time to just kneel it out now. Get out of here, kneel the ball down 3 times, come out of here with a win. Go on to play Marshall in the region semifinals, excuse me.
That will be next week. Marshall defeated Heritage 21-12 to advance to that next round. As South Oak Cliff winds up in victory formation. As they take a knee, they'll have to do it, I believe, one more time.
Yeah, it looks like
and then they can get out of here with the win. But the Huntsville season will come to a close here tonight at the hands of the number 1 team in Division II 5A. 38-7 will be the final score. As lining up one final time, Leighton Henderson.
Looks like they're going to get it down to exactly 40 seconds. Make sure that play clock doesn't give them any issues.
Yep. Here's the final snap. And it is kneeled out, and that will do it. South Oak Cliff will defeat the Huntsville Hornets 38-7. And the Hornet season comes to an end here in Waco. And it was a fun one. We'll take a quick break, and on the other side, we'll get to our AB2 self-storage post-game show. We'll recap this one, recap the season, and talk a little bit more Huntsville Hornet football. Again, final score, 38-7. South Oak Cliff defeats the Huntsville Hornets. Post-game show coming up next. This is Huntsville Hornet football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
Where there's a will, there's a way, as the saying goes. But where there's no will, there's absolutely no way your last wishes will be known. You need to get serious about your estate and call Sam Moak at Moak & Moak to get your estate, will, and other documents updated now. Without a will and proper estate plan, the government decides with probate. You've put it off long enough. Sam A. Moak's practices focus on estate planning, probate, elder law, real estate, and transactional law. Practical wisdom, trusted advice, and personal service. Moak & Moak, attorneys at law.
They don't build cars like they used to, and they don't repair them like they used to either. Today's vehicles contain advanced lightweight materials and safety features like crumple zones and sensors that help protect your family. Repairing them properly after a collision requires up-to-date training. Amaya's Collision Center at 686 I-45 has, they're among only 15% of shops to meet the industry's highest training standards as a gold-class business. When you pick a collision repair shop, make the smart choice for your family's safety. Choose gold-class trained repair professionals. Choose Amaya's Collision Center, 686 I-45.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. You can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Diana K. Barnes, right here in Huntsville, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Diana and her team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. Just give her a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Whether you're heading to the deer lease or hitting the road for a holiday trip, Bill Fick Ford in Huntsville has the vehicle for you. From the complete lineup of rugged Ford F-Series trucks to fuel-efficient Ford sedans and SUVs, you'll find the best selection at Bill Fick Ford. And at Bill Fick Ford, there's no bull, just good deals. Bill and Amy would also like to thank everyone for your friendship and your business. Bill Fick Ford, I-45 South, or online at BillFickFordHuntsville.com.
Over a third of U.S. gunshot injuries are accidental shootings. Don't be gun stupid.
Owning a firearm requires training. Lone Star Security and Investigations is a local, veteran-owned firearm academy offering training and certification. Learn firearm proficiency or earn your LTC or CHL. Our state-of-the-art indoor firearm simulators feature multiple scenarios to quickly improve your skills without the cost of ammunition. Lone Star Security is your best defense. Become an expert. Sign up for training today at LoneStarSecurityTX.com.
Hi, folks. Clay back here with Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville. And I've got some great news. From now till the end of the year, we are celebrating with our holiday sales event. Take up to $9,000 off the factory MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac Escalade in stock, or take $6,500 off the MSRP of a 2024 Cadillac XT6. But it's only going to last till the end of the year, so hurry to Wiesner Cadillac in Huntsville and take advantage of these holiday sales events, or visit us online at WiesnerCadillac.com.
Welcome to the Huntsville Hornets High School Football Postgame Show, sponsored by AB Squared Self-Storage. With the game recap, here's Carlos Zimmermann, Brian Adams, and Houston Hardcastle.
Huntsville falls 38-7 in the area round to the #1 team in 5A Division II, South Oak Cliff, to end their season. Welcome into the AB2 Self-Storage post-game show. Nick Savage, Houston Hardcastle filling in for Carlos and Jason here inside the the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth. Justin Hardcastle is our executive producer. This one was a quick first quarter as South Oak Cliff got the opening kickoff, and they held the ball for about 7 minutes as they finally punched it in with a 2-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0. That was the only score in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the only score was a 25-yard field goal from Oliveira of South Oak Cliff to make it 10-0. That was the final play of that second quarter. So that was it for that first half. South Oak Cliff took a 10-0 lead into the locker room. Coming out, though, third quarter was where all the fireworks would blow. 44-yard touchdown pass from Kopecky to Coleman made it 17-0 right before the Huntsville Hornets responded back. Zay Adolph found Jabari Washington for a 65-yard touchdown to make it 17-7. But two more scores in that third quarter for South Oak Cliff made it 31-7 heading into the final frame. And a Giles 14-yard touchdown run made it 38-7, and that was our final score in this one. Again, Huntsville Falls ending their season off with a record of 8-4. South Oak Cliff 10-2 now, heading into the regional semifinals next week to face down Marshall. We'll hit a break. On the other side, we'll get to our Wiesner of Huntsville Player of the Game. You're listening to the AB2 Self-Storage Postgame Show. We'll be back after a timeout on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network.
AB Squared Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need, big or small. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment options. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
Back inside the AB2 Self-Storage post-game show, Nick Savage and Houston Hardcastle coming to you from the Frank's Taco Station broadcast booth at Waco ISD Stadium. And it's time for the Wiesner of Huntsville Player of the Game. And Houston, who are we going to give it to?
We're going to give this one to Zay Adolph today. Had the lone touchdown pass today for the Huntsville Hornets. It was a beautiful pass to Jabari Washington. Just absolutely put it on a rope. Had some good runs mixed in there, but, you know, it's always tough to win with a freshman quarterback, especially against a team like South Oak Cliff. But I think Adolph did play very well, and he can really build on this in the future and look back on this matchup. Hey, you went against the #1 team in the state as a 14-year-old freshman, and you had a pretty decent game. So we're going to give our nod to Zay Adolph, the freshman quarterback phenom who came in for the Austin Taylor after he got injured and ended his season.
Absolutely, and, you know, can give a nod to all the seniors as well who have played their final ball game as a Huntsville Hornet here tonight. A lot of them making an impact here in this one, but just a little too late for the Hornets in this one. We'll hit another break and we'll close out the season on the other side here inside the AB2 Self-Storage post-game show. You're listening to Hornet Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network, powered by KSAM Sports.
AB Squared Self-Storage is your local go-to self-storage facility that can help give you the extra space you need, big or small. From non-climate and climate-controlled storage to parking spaces for your car, boat, trailer, and RV, they have it all. AB Squared Self-Storage has 24-hour computerized gate access, around-the-clock security camera monitoring, no long-term lease commitment, and convenient payment option. Give them a call today at 936-755-5000 or reserve your space online at www.ab2selfstorage.com.
Back in the AB2 Self-Storage post-game show, wrapping up the 2024 season as the Hornets fall tonight 38-7 to South Oak Cliff in the area round. And they'll finish the year 9-4, and I'll let Houston Hardcastle kind of close this one out. Don't have a game to look forward to next week, but, you know, well, first let's start with those seniors who played their final game here tonight. Just what have they meant to this program?
Yeah, you take a look at a guy on the offensive side like Savion Conte. He just, anytime the Hornets needed a big catch, it seemed like Savion Conte was the guy to go to. Braylon Phelps, what a transitory year this has been for him, going from running back last year to transitioning over to safety this year. He really embraced the role. He didn't put his head down. He didn't pout. He really stepped up for a big way for the Hornet defense. Hunter Lorenz, always a solid slot guy at the wide receiver position. McCork Norman, your senior linebacker, you lose a bit of leadership in there with him. He was always on the play, always on the field making a play anytime it feels like. And you're losing another big linebacker in Shiloh Jones. Obviously, Austin Taylor, we do miss him at quarterback because he did have that unfortunate injury that put an end to his season. But thankfully, Adolph was able to step in. And I think that's the big thing you build off going forward, is that you do have this freshman phenom who's now going to go into his sophomore year and continue to be a phenom. All he's going to do over these next 4 years is continue to develop. And if the coaching staff has faith in him to start him as a freshman against the #1 ranked team in 5A Division II, the Huntsville Hornet fans need to get behind this guy and really rally behind him, as this is his team now. He gets the keys to the offense and is really going to be able to, he's going to have to take over the legacy that was left by Austin Taylor, and he's just going to have to be the guy that the community really rallies behind and gets fans excited to come to the games and come watch him. But obviously, you keep a guy like Trayshawn Brown, one of your best offensive weapons in the backfield. He'll be back for his senior year next year. Brent Carroll will stay on the team as well, along with Trey Scott. That cornerback duo is going to be so much fun to watch next season. And, this was a fun season. You started off with a loss to Brenham, which a couple plays go your way, you win it. You beat Bryan, you beat Cedar Park, you beat West Fork. You lose to P&G in heartbreaking fashion on a missed field goal, but it was a fun one, 24-21. You beat Montgomery, you beat Dayton, you lose to Lake Creek in that Montgomery Stadium. You beat Nederland, who was undefeated in district play at the time, in a really fun one, and you beat Splendora and White House, but you lose to the runners-up of the state title game last year. Obviously, the only loss South Oak Cliff suffered in the playoffs last year was to the Port Neches Groves Indians, who are still in the hunt for the who are still in the hunt for Jerry World. They will take on the undefeated Texas Tigers next week at 7 p.m. on November 29th. So we obviously want to give a big shout-out to them, keeping our district alive in the playoff race. But, yeah, just a lot to build on next season. It's going to be a good season just like this one was. We are going to miss those senior leadership roles that Shiloh Jones and guys like that would step in on that Hornet defensive line. You want to give a big shout-out to Zach Moss. Shiloh Jones and Zach Moss, obviously two of the biggest key pieces, McCork Norman on that defensive line. So we just want to thank them for their 4 years that they've spent at Huntsville and all that they've contributed to this football team. But now, if you're head coach Rodney Southern, you've just got to move on. You've just got to start plugging the holes. You've got to figure out who's going to step up into that role and really figure out your roster.
Absolutely. Well, Houston, thank you for bearing with me here. As I filled in for Carlos, he's on Sam Houston duty the past few weeks, so I've gotten to watched some Hornet football this year, and it was a lot of fun. And just those short few games I got to watch, it was a fun team to root for. So again, thank you so much for hanging out with me the past few weeks. Thank you to Justin Hardcastle, our executive producer, for making us look good and sound good and all that good stuff. And thank you to everyone back at the KSAM studios. And thank you for listening along, of course, all season long. Carlos and Brian will be back with you in 2025 for a new Huntsville Hornet high school football season. And as a reminder, this broadcast has been copyrighted for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of 101.7 KSAM and Huntsville High School Athletics is strictly prohibited. The executive producer of the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network is Justin Hardcastle. Studio operations by KSAM and studio producer Michael Cedillo. For Houston Hardcastle and the entire Hornet Nation Broadcast Network crew, my name is Nick Savage, and here again, the final 38-7 South Oak Cliff ends the Huntsville Hornets season. We'll see you next year.
This has been the AD Squared Self-Storage Hornets High School Football Postgame Show.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in Texas at highschoolofficials.com.
KSAM Sports Hornets High School Football on the Hornet Nation Broadcast Network has been presented by Bill Fick Ford and proudly sponsored by Charlie's Used Cars, Walker County Federal Credit Union, Advantage Specialties, Diana K. Barnes State Farm, Northside Baptist Church, Murray's Insurance, AB Squared Self-Storage, Moak & Moak Attorneys at Law, MRC Creekside, Hartfield Florists, Nelson Amayas Collision Center, University Heights Baptist Church, Community Service Credit Union, Danny Doherty State Farm, First Franklin Financial, Huntsville Independent School District, La Michoacana Meat Market, Mid-South Fiber Internet, Osprey Storage Huntsville, Reliable Auto Parts, Silverback Jiu-Jitsu, Century Security, Tomorrow's Promise Montessori, The Woodlands Financial Group, and Wiesner of Huntsville. From Carlos Zimmermann, Brian Adams, and Houston Hardcastle in the Frank's Taco Stand broadcast booth, thanks for listening.